And we're
Finally.
live. Go ahead.
Yes, it's National Bubble Tea Day, and I don't have a bubble tea. I'm sad.
Yes. Also, hey, to my person I know wants to draw, as if their heart depends upon drawing to continue to beat. I made this for you, Gavilan, or I assume you'd want to use it. I like to give the audience more things to look at now, so I made this little blank canvas so you guys can actively take notes and or draw. Or both.
Hooray! Let's
But use this
Let
power responsibly, Gavilan.
why
otherwise you
why
will
why are
be
you saying
banned
that
from
to me
drawing,
quickly?
Like, don't draw anything that would get us, in trouble.
i.e., if you have to ask, don't do it.
I was just gonna say maybe don't draw a dick or draw anything culturally insensitive to the Dutch. Anyways, we're live. Hello,
Oh,
everyone. This is part 2 of session 40 or episode 47. This is way more than session 47. We've been doing this shit for 2 years. Uh, all of you are above me in the Discord call. So right above me in the Discord call is the ever skeptical Lightsbane. Will, you gonna introduce yourself?
Hello.
And above him, we have the omnipresent Keat.
Hi, hello, hi, hello.
Uh, and right next to, or right above him, is the annoyed paladin on the weekly basis of Shadow. Another thing I would like to point out is that on this map, Keat, so that I can keep you somewhat focused, I have the actual episodes in a box for them.
What?
Like on this map I gave you to draw stuff or take notes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
There is a segment marked episode 47 part 2.
I don't see that.
It's in the top left corner. It's
Oh, yes, I see that. What
yeah.
is this?
Yeah, that's where you guys can take notes on the episode and whatnot. Use the space wisely.
oh
Speaking
my
of
god.
which,
All of our notes from last
that's
session.
all of the notes I made for you guys from last session.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Nice.
So all that being said, Keat, what happened last week?
Oh, we are in a prison.
Don't drop the soap. Anyways, why are you guys in a prison? What's going on?
Because we're trying to find Matt, who may be in this prison.
And what happened last week? What was the events of last week in the prison?
Well, let's see. We talked to some birds.
Yeah, the Freebirds, a prison gang comprising of lizard folk, Tengu, humans, and that's it.
We agreed to help them
Yep.
by beating the other gangs.
By aligning the other two gangs against a third other gang, yes.
Yes, by force.
If necessary, actually, yes.
We talked to Leviathan Devil.
Yep.
He didn't say anything of note.
That is also true, yes.
And that's it.
And what happened yesterday, Shadow?
As I fell asleep into a deep, deep coma, I went ahead and started thinking, wait, there was a journal that Matt had that had the same goddamn name, which then led down a rabbit hole to where, oh
Yes,
shit,
you
I
lucid
figured out
dreamed.
everything.
Yeah,
Yes,
you lucid
I,
dreamed, and it's that picture of the guy in front of the string map.
yes, literally. It all leads back
Also,
to
you woke
my
up screaming
favorite thing.
expletives. Is the other fun fact. Oh yes, the
Yeah, yeah,
paladin woke
I
up and
was
immediately started swearing.
And I went ahead and went and picked up a call from Glinda. Said, "You have a lot of explaining to do, Missy."
Yeah,
So we
in the
had a little
same room
conversation
as everyone else. So
as
Raphael
I
did a
started walking.
sneaky and
Yes,
sneaked over to listen in on the conversation.
yes, successfully, much to my chagrin. Um. Anyways, so I had a conversation with Glinda to confirm everything and also tell her she's been naughty. Um. And
Dinner's
then we
ready.
went back to the group. Everybody found their sending stone, and we all had a conversation with Glinda, where Glinda confirmed that yes, Matt's alive. Yes, he's a Leviathan Devil. Yes, he's there to go ahead and kill Rewarded. Uh, yes, it's currently fine. Yes, he fought um, Sven
To
to
a standstill.
to a
But I would
standstill.
also like to point out that to the people who were here yesterday, you actually got to see that fight play out in your little dreams because Sven was using it to taunt you.
Except for me, because I was having my lucid dream. Yay!
Yep.
Yeah. Um, and then she eventually got around to dropping the bombshell. Yeah, Gavilan and Matt are technically now fathers because
Well,
Kaguya and Aurora are
yep, yep.
expected.
Fun fact: both twins because of how roles went.
Yeah. So now we have two demons of chaos and then two chaos gremlins. So
I like
great.
how because they're Gavilan's kid, they got upgraded from Chaos Gremlin to Demons of Chaos.
That's my boy. And or girl.
Always
Both boys
actually we
actually.
rolled for
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
And you
That's
know
my
what's fun?
boy.
You know what's funny? We rolled it
Watch as
twice. It was the
Gavilan.
same
Yeah,
damn
we
roll.
rolled it twice because I'm like, hey, you wanted me to re-roll that because you jinxed it, and it was
Yeah.
two boys. Yep. But hey, want to watch Gavilan burn down the entire Finidar forest in a gender reveal?
Oh God.
I
That
have
would be
feelings.
hilarious for another reason, and that's the pine cones in the Finidar forest are explosive.
Good
Oh
news, everyone.
God.
I
Oh
feel
no.
I filled the Pathfinder's world moon with a powder. I shall make it collide with the world, and the powder will reveal the child's gender.
Oh no.
This cost the entire budget of our nation. But don't
uh,
worry, we won't need a nation after we finish this.
but
Because the nation just gets leveled in a nuclear-sized explosion. Just boom.
Carl, if the moon were to crash into the Earth, neither would exist.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like when he throws the thing that it's not using the moon, but rather something else hits the pine cone, and then the entire forest just explodes
Yeah,
like a
but
nuke.
also I would like to point out that if you were to just shift the moon like 20 miles closer to Earth, it would change the climate drastically.
Oh no, buddy, this is
Yeah, it
going
would.
to the ground.
But
I
yeah,
will. I will
oh
not be
yeah,
alive.
yes, it's like Gavilan is accidentally pulling an anti-spiral.
Don't know what that is.
Do you know what it is, Keith?
An anti-spiral? Oh no, bad, bad, Matt.
Yeah. But my favorite line about that whole shtick is, "The moon is my battleship." What the fuck? What do you mean the moon is your battleship?
I
Uh,
mean,
I mean,
Death
good
Star
ass
charging
pull of Gurren
back.
Lagons. Yeah, not one of the good ass pulls of Gurren Lagann.
There are no good ass boys to girl log on.
Well, you can take that opinion and take that opinion.
I think you mean that fact.
It's an opinion. Fuck off.
And
Anyways,
you can take.
continuing recap, so we keep going off
Yeah,
track.
yeah. Sorry.
So what we did afterwards is we rallied, and Matt had a fortune effect where we get to skip everything and get all the frickin' loot.
Temporarily. You guys are still gonna have to
No,
clear that out.
no, I was about to give the condition. until we reach a cutscene or a boss. In this case, it was a cutscene because we reached the cell of one Lapis Magnum, who turns out to be a time traveler from 16 years in the future,
Get this off my drawing
who
board.
we just found out about via Glinda. And that was a very, very awkward moment for Shadow because she called him Uncle Shadow. It's like, wait, okay. Could you please explain as I unlock the door with the key we found because of this technique? And
Yeah, because,
yeah,
I decided, you know what? Maybe I should give you one chance out of 120 hero deck cards to get a
yeah,
card that will just, temporarily get you around something.
and yeah, somehow drew it.
I drew it, and there's newfound consequences to using hero points. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that during the
Yep.
recap so everybody's caught up to speed. But then Lapis decided to go ahead and lay the bombshell. She is one of the two kids that Aurora is expecting right now, and she's kind of relieved she can't fuck up her own birth. So yay, no
Lot of time
eternal time
travel.
paradoxes here.
Yes, there are a
Um,
lot of time travelers. That's also not normal, as she pointed out, that time travelers don't
yes,
tend to
that is
converge on
definitely
one
not
point.
normal. Yeah. Also, hero points can be used to undo butterfly effects, apparently. So, basically,
No, it's
Gurple
your
is
paracausal force that allows you to not fuck up the time stream. Hero points in and themselves could cause a butterfly effect. It's the fact that you choose to not make them do so that doesn't cause butterfly effects.
yeah.
Essentially,
So
you guys are beings that can change and control fate somewhat. So if you guys were to time travel, you would just make the active decision not to cause a paradox, or you wouldn't be allowed to time travel.
speaking thereof, we then entered the time warp and went back to the Shadow of Corleone incident, where we ran into several people. We technically split into two groups. One is Lapis and I with Rodolphus Maximus, and then everybody else with Alex Straza. Alex Straza was talking with uh Rick
Raphael.
Raphael. I was saying Rudolph. It's like no, that's the other character that I just mentioned. Why am I
Oh,
blanking so hard?
there's one note I forgot to take. Let me just add this to you guys' thing very quickly.
Go ahead.
Continue, by the way.
Yes. And um they had a lovely little family reunion briefly. Um and she gave um Raphael the 30-day warning that was given by Absu, and I'm like, yay, that works, I guess. Because that saved me a little bit of explanation for later. Uh, or at least someone should confirm. Then the second group, Lapis and Lapis achieved her goal of finding out more about her father by asking Rudolph the "How did you train my father?" question. And it's like I said he was your it was the I said he was his mentor, and that just confirmed it and all that with him basically saying I didn't teach him anything, I was just there for him. So unfortunately at that point it's like I want to talk to you a bit. No time to explain why I don't have time to explain, let's go. It's like okay, Lapis, ruined my day, and we went back to the tavern from the cliff overlooking the manor waste in order to go ahead and return back to the prison, where she immediately starts to vomit. After that whole debacle, see. I reveal that we are on set time limits per floor. We're currently at 6 days left of um for the first floor, and we have basically a week per floor to clear. Then we have um 2 weeks total per floor, so we're at 13 on that timer before Nihil potentially starts getting more added into her cult, which is something we need to avoid. So yeah. Um and we can confront the warden on day 29 or 31, not day 30. So yeah.
And whether or not any of those timers are actually real or just
Is
something that
it
Abadar believes is also
yeah,
something that, I mean, you're a paladin of Abadar, or not, you're a paladin of
yeah,
Apsu, and Apsu told you that, so you're bound to believe that.
yes. Also, using hero points can fuck up with that time.
Yep.
It could make it better, it can make it worse. Therefore, try to be restrainful in how you use your hero point, if possible. If we absolutely have to, fine, our survival account takes priority, but if we don't get up to the top within a month, we are fucking dead. So, yeah. Have
Oh, don't worry.
fun.
I'll be very careful.
Also, you have infinite hero points, because I'm tempting you.
Yes.
Why do we have infinite hero points?
Well, because not only am I tempting you, but some divine power is tempting you by giving you infinite hero points.
Well, I'm definitely gonna abuse that, so it's working.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing is you guys ran into Aaron Ruscio, and he told you about something rather
Oh,
fucking important.
yeah,
That's why he's in
that
prison. Why is he in
yeah,
prison?
we didn't actually get to talk to him. It was just a brief right before the end of the session. Let's just explain this shit. We have 3 artifacts from the Black Rose Museum in the freaking prison.
Okay, now before you continue, I will give an additional hero point slot to anyone who can tell me what the Black Rose Museum is.
It's a museum for the Black Rose.
Do you know
No,
who the Black Rose Museum is associated with and why? And
okay.
because actually, he's right. It is a museum ran by the Black Rose family for their own personal guests. So
Ran by the Black Rose family.
But it's associated with an organization outside of the Black Rose family.
Isn't
Two
it
of them,
the
actually.
freaking,
So, two potential answers.
Isn't one of them the Red Mantis Assassins?
No, that is not a correct answer.
No.
In fact, I sort of mentioned that in the Puddles District, one of these guys is often here and fucking with things, but you guys probably don't know the answer because one of you is going to say Puddles, which is not what I'm talking about.
No.
It's those things. It's the things that hid the place.
Well, technically, Carl, one of those groups is made up of your people in entirety. One of these groups is a fetchling specific group from the plane of shadow.
I knew what you meant there.
And the material plane's equivalent is the other benefactor.
Oh, fuck. See, this is how much I don't know about my own
Hey, Carl, listen to me. I'll give you a hint. One of the names is literally the most important organization in Paizo's mind for this entire setting.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it's like the Pathfinder Society would be the
first one, yes.
Yeah, the Mortal Realm one. Then the Shadow Realm one would be...
So, I will give you a hint. It is the ace Pokemon of the first gym leader in all of the Pokemon games. And and a group of people who have decided to unite for a purpose.
It's the Onyx Fellows.
Well,
no.
Sorry, maybe I should be
the Onyx Fellowship?
No, maybe I should be a bit more specific. Okay. It's a group of nations that unite to kick that one nation's ass.
Oh,
NATO.
Well, what is
no, it's not
NATO
NATO. It's
called,
what is
Gavilan?
NATO? Um,
It's the Onyx Alliance.
Yes.
there you go.
Haha, I got the
extra hero point spot to both of you.
Yeah.
But also, you missed another big thing, Shadow.
Oh, what did I miss?
You missed that both Lapis and uh your good friend Aaron Ruscio have some explaining to do.
There's no fill button.
In
Yeah, there is
terms
no fill button.
of,
In
I'm
terms
trying to think.
of there's still more questions you need to ask them. Also,
Okay.
you forgot about the chef.
Oh yeah. That was kind of one of the things where it's just like, you know what, we're gonna save that little beauty for last. Um, between all of this, we went ahead and went to the kitchen because we found out that this place is infected with Sportleborgs.
Yep.
Hooray!
That was the thing that made you vomit up a whole bunch of bugs after a week of eating the floor baking
Hooray!
Gavelon.
It wasn't a week. It was 24 hours. Those
Or
things have
24
an
hours,
impressive birth rate.
Yeah. Also, Gavelon, this one
Yeah,
took the shape of a grapefruit.
I guess I'm eating fluids now.
There's still vegetables, Gavilan, and bread.
Is a grapefruit not a vegetable?
A grapefruit is a fruit.
It's a fruit. It's in the name.
Also, maybe you just don't eat anything that's in your rations box.
For now.
But that's not happening.
Well, you got a chef now, as Carl is about to explain.
Yeah. I actually offered to hire a chef.
If a Sportleborg is dead, can I eat it?
Yes. I believe
Basically,
that's...
stab everything with a knife. If it squirms,
Oh,
stab it
well, I was
again.
thinking like boil everything, but that'll work too.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that actually
you could boil it too, but you've also got a chef.
Yeah. And the current meal that we have given us 20 temporary hit points.
Yeah, but
Check
what
down
if
your sheets.
what if that chef is a Sportleborg in disguise?
They have a weird way of making food. Why don't you tell these guys about the dish that was prepared for you all? What was
Oh
it
my
consisting
god.
of?
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I know the noodles were replaced with potatoes, but I can't remember what.
So, would you guys
Yeah,
like to
like
hear of a
you made.
dish I made in real life that is so far fetched I made it into this fantasy setting?
Go ahead.
Okay, so first you take a pot or a pan, fill it with oil, butter, and garlic. Then you fry potatoes in the oil, butter, and garlic. You
Whoa, this
put
is insane.
more garlic into the thing and then throw shrimp into that. Strain the shrimp and the potatoes and mix them in Alfredo sauce.
So it's potatoes and
Matt,
Alfredo
I
sauce?
swear I actually want to try this now because I'm like,
Yeah,
wait a minute. It's makeshift shrimp fettuccine Alfredo.
well, yeah, but it's shrimp fettuccine potato.
Gesundheit.
So, yes, I made this in real life. It tastes amazing, by the way.
Anyways, yeah, basically the chef knows one, what spore are, what and how to detect them, and two, they can't use or it's very hard
They
for their
can't
food to be
really
replicated
impersonate
by
shrimp,
spore.
potatoes,
So
and sauces well.
yeah.
Why potatoes?
Because you no, have you ever eaten a raw potato?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Also, another reason why is that there is a lot of poison on the skin of a raw potato. If you weren't aware.
Unless you cook it, I assume.
Well,
Right.
unless you cook it or skin it, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, there are particular parts of the potato that if you bite into are likely to kill you pretty quickly.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Which, fun fact, someone reviewing the Danganronpa anime tried to theorize the perfect way of killing everyone and involved potatoes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
It's like
that
here's your
being
meal.
said,
Everybody dies to freaking potato
that
poisoning.
being said, there's also unique shops in this area, and you know how I said you temporarily bypass those enemies? That's until your next long rest. The other thing I will point out is you temporarily bypass them, but you get the loot from them as if you defeated them. So you still have to defeat them for other
So,
reasons.
Gavilon, we got
What?
something specific for you.
No,
Check
he
Okay.
out
already
the
has
loot
that
for-
specific thing. That was
I
something you
do.
guys got from the guard's office.
What's
Oh.
that specific thing?
So I actually made a tab called Treasure List in Rules for Advancing.
Oh yeah, the cape.
Yep. Well, actually, I think it's shoulder pads. It's a mantle.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cape. It's a cape. You're right. Mantle means cape. In
Oh
that
yeah,
case.
the
Yeah,
cape.
mantles.
Also, you got 4 of the Warden's Guard gas mask.
Yay.
And fun fact, there's this nice little disclaimer on the inside that says not effective against the Warden's poison, but can delay consequences of standing in Warden's poison.
Then it's effective.
It also has this nice little handout that I haven't written yet attached to one of these that describes that the Warden's poison is not just inhaled, but it's everything. It can enter through every crevice of your body as well as through exposure to skin.
Every crevice.
Yes. Your eyes, your ears, the gaps in between your toenails.
Every crevice.
Yes. Thank you. But the other thing I would like to point out is that means that Graves has the best fortitude save, but is more exposed, so would actually last less time than someone who's wearing full plate. Isn't that a fun fact? It's a good thing you know that.
It's funny.
Yes. Anyways, I see there's no fill button was said. Gavilon, where are you?
What do you mean, where am I?
Like, oh, there you are.
I don't know. All I can see is my drawings.
I know. I made a... Well, honestly, it's probably better that you didn't use the note space, because that's a large drawing.
Oh, I'm supposed to draw over there.
Nah, you can keep it there.
How do I switch maps?
You can't.
You use you zoom out, see where you're supposed to go, and then use the little sidebars that help you navigate a larger website to get there.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
So you know how there's those things that if you were to scroll your mouse wheel would go up and down? There's also one side to side. You're on the right map, Gavilon. It's just up it where it says episode 47 part 2 in that box. That's the space for notes for today.
No, I'm talking about how do I see the prison?
Oh, yeah, no, I will do that. And
Again,
technically
that's
this
not
is for you guys to the viewers to have something active on screen. Well, yeah, let's go back to the prison. I would like to point out 2 things very quickly. The first thing is that you are back in a safe zone. Sorry, that was the first thing, and I said second thing. Wow. The second thing is that you still have people to question. Also, Gurkfall, you know one of these people. You know one of these people because they should not be here.
Yeah, Matt's kid's here. Congrats.
Time travel.
Wait, maybe Matt has a daughter,
What have I done?
and I'm going to
Okay,
have
Heat,
son.
Heat, Heat. That was literally explained as part of Glinda's explanation in the recap
I'm
that both
kidding.
Kaguya and Aurora are fucking pregnant.
With
I'm
twins.
aware.
So
Well, first
you're a
off,
father and Matt's a father.
No, no,
I'm
no,
aware.
no. Let him cook. Go ahead, Keith.
Let him ruminate.
If Matt has daughter and I have son,
Oh God, I know what you're thinking.
then
No.
there's a chance in the future that my kids beat the shit out of his kid. Yeah, let's go.
Oh my God.
Yes, there is a chance, but I would also like to point out Matt has fraternal twins. You have identical.
Cool.
Yes.
I got cooler kids. Ah.
Now try telling them apart.
Oh, I won't. I'll just get them like.
Also, Gurkfall, another thing,
Hmm?
she looks older, too. Like, the last time you saw her looks about 3 years worth of difference.
What have I done?
She just. So this is how it happened.
You're really soft spoken right now.
Hmm.
Heads up.
She literally walks up to you, Gurkfall, and says, "Ah, Gurkfall, good to see you. How you been? Why are you here?"
I see you recovered since the incident.
Why are you here?
I decided to go looking around in my father's library in the place I'm not supposed to go without permission or supervision.
Gurkfall immediately facepalms.
Anyways, now I have this weird shackle on my right wrist that ties me to important moments of his past. Why do you ask?
Did you try removing it?
Yeah, I've tried everything to remove it. Also, I've literally cut my own hand off and it regrew with the bracelet on.
Cool.
Wow.
Hey, are you sworn to secrecy about the future like he is?
No, I'm not. But I can't
Cool.
tell
Am
you
I in
to.
it?
Go ahead.
Am I in it?
Well, yes.
Gurkfall immediately tries to cover her mouth.
And she's like, "Oh, look. Oh, right. Yeah, nope, sorry. I forgot. Rules about time travel have been updated. We actually have a more solid foundation of things. Like, we know how it works now. How we don't... Like, Gurkfall, let me ask you a question. Have you used any of your, little fate-changing things where you can, where your attack misses, and then you just say, "Nah, I want to try that again," and you try it again? Oh, you have? Cool. That actually would break fate. Me saying something probably wouldn't.
Whoa. So Gurkfall has been destroying time itself this entire time.
No, because fun fact, anyone who can do that is one of the few people that can't cause time paradoxes. Well, major ones. We can't even say things that would cause major time paradoxes, but we can be somewhat social. I can't tell you where your current existence is in the future, but you exist in the future.
Am I a pirate?
I cannot tell you that. I also
Am
didn't
I
necessarily say if you were alive or dead, just that you exist.
am I dead?
Well, can't tell you that either.
Hey, Gavilon.
Man, when I time travel, I'm gonna tell everything.
Yeah, if you actually time travel with the intent to do that, it won't work.
Also, if you
But
start
anyway,
gibbering on, the gods are probably gonna say, yeah, no, and smite you on sight.
Yeah, actually,
So,
that's another thing I've noticed since I've started my time traveling. They don't seem to be in place at the moment. You know, the
like,
what do you
deities that would
seriously.
control time travel to make random occurrences of accidental time travel like mine not happen?
Yeah, we kind of found that out too in this current
Oh
juncture.
no. Luca's basically just a grand deity of visas of time travel and interdimensional travel. You basically go to him to fill out the paperwork to go to a different dimension or time.
Hmm. Yeah, no, they aren't. They're not in existence, and that was given to us by a different time traveler.
Uh,
Yeah,
well,
they
it's
don't
not that
exist,
they're
but they
not
will.
in existence. It's more of their eyes are not currently scrying this part of history.
Yeah. Well, they probably should.
Yeah,
Mod.
but any time traveler typically feels a couple of eyes scrying you. Basically, it's a sign that you need to be on your best behavior. And I haven't felt
Mhm.
those in any of the times I've visited yet.
Yeah.
Which reminds me,
How many have you visited?
what? What? How many are there? I think there's like
How many
two
have
of
you
them
visited?
now. Well, yesterday, or sorry, no, today I am currently in one time, and then we also traveled back to Corleone before it fell.
Yeah, like right before it fell.
Yes, 3 days apparently.
Also, we need to go ahead and try to find some alcohol somewhere. Uh, a certain someone looks over at her, is getting a little antsy for a drink. So, keep
Yeah,
an eye out for any guards that have booze.
you just hear Apsu say, "Nah, this place is a dry cell, man. There's no alcohol in this entire prison."
I'll think in my head, well, then I guess she's gonna have to suffer.
I mean, here's the thing, and he literally is saying like, "Look, men, they want people to suffer. There's hardly ever reliable clean water on an island. Alcohol is clean, purified, drinkable fluid, so they don't
Well,
allow that."
also dehydrate you, so
Well, yeah,
That
no,
is also,
they have a desalination machine, but it's still filled to the brim with like bacteria and whatnot.
yeah, basically, nah,
Yeah,
nah, fam. This is where I really wish I had the gadget cube.
I would also like to point out you could boil it too. It's not like muddy, but it's like filthy in other ways.
Yeah, basically all you gotta do is the typical little the boil trick where you have it evaporate into a cone and then the cone brings it outside into a pan.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the other way around.
Uh, actually,
It technically is the other
it's
way around, but at the
desal.
same
That would be
time,
the
it's
desalination process. I'm talking about. No, it's not salt water anymore. But they did it in such a way that it wouldn't kill the bacteria, Carl. Yay! Anyways, Gurkle, I would like to ask you to roll me just a random sense motive on the time traveler. Suss him out a
Eat
bit.
cola for breakfast again.
That's all lie to me
just
check,
out
Gurkle.
Lapis.
I'm getting my sheet open.
Awesome, cool. Just did not know.
Also,
It's
Will,
Sleepy
you are
Time
so
Sunday.
freaking tired, or you're not tired. You're so freaking soft, like I can barely freaking hear you.
Hmm.
To be fair, that won't last too much longer.
Oh boy.
Hey, Gurkfall, how many times did you take off your helmet in the future? When around the civilized and high standing society members?
How would he know that off the top of his head?
Well,
Much
I would
less me.
assume the answer would be 0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so, two things. One, they are not lying to you about why they are here. Two, yeah, turns out there are actual weird consequences of not taking off your helmet. and being an upright member of society.
Hmm. Wait, what?
Think about it for a second. You're a knight in shining armor, doofus.
You're always wearing a helmet. How would they know what you look like?
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of the point here. Lapis doesn't know what you look like. You're a
Oh.
knight in shining
I'm
armor.
wearing my helmet right now. What do you
I
mean?
know you're wearing your helmet right now. That's what I mean. You're a knight in shining armor. This is a princess. It's not rocket science.
Okay, wait. So she
And
wants
and
what?
in this case,
She is
literal.
romantically interested in you, dumbass.
Oh. Okay, well, you should have told me that before I got here.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Garbo would know that.
No.
This is
Bill,
a
you could
development
have
since the
watched
last
Ian
time
on
you've seen
yesterday's
them.
session and learned the same
This
thing.
is the no. Gurkval wouldn't have known that because this is a development since the last time you've seen them, Gurkval.
Oh.
Yeah. So you notice they're being a lot more chummy with you, and you are also realizing this weird concept that wearing a helmet makes you look weird in certain circles, but makes you look distinguished and not weird because of your facial features in other circles.
Mm-hmm.
How's Gurkval reacting to this information? I'm curious. The inner thought process of Gurkval.
I don't have time for this. That's what he's thinking.
Well,
Uh,
no. You have another 13 years.
Carl, he's in the past right now.
I know.
You see,
Carl, when he says he doesn't have time for this, he means I have other things to deal with right now.
Yeah. But you can still ruminate on it for the next 13 years.
well, yeah, but again, it wouldn't be that Gurkval ruminating on it. It would be this Gurkval ruminating on it. And he's not going to
Yeah,
be
but
here
then
for 13 years.
well, who
Yeah.
knows?
Still got time to ruminate on it. Because, I mean, you're both from the same timeline. So
Yep.
you can always give her an answer later.
Also, nah, Gurkval is just a Sigma male.
Yeah.
Ow. Ow.
Not motherfucker. I called this.
I know
Fuck,
you
yeah.
called it yesterday.
Yeah, you know what,
literally
Carl?
called it
Someone better pick up that phone.
Because I fucking called it.
Bitch, don't steal my lines. Anyways, yes.
I will steal your line.
Long story short, congratulations, you have some loot. You also have people to talk to. Lapis and Aaron Ruscio are both having some questions that could be answered. So let's take a short. No, we're not quite at that time for our sponsor from the Silence Company. So why don't we start some round robins of questions you want to ask these wonderful people?
How much can time travelers divulge? Just out of curiosity. Because we're probably going to run into more, and knowing what we can and cannot ask might be a good idea.
And Lapis looks at you and says, depends upon how they're set back in time. Gurkval probably can't say too much of anything because of promise to whatever sent him back here in the first place. I have a bit more liberty in what I can tell you, but I'm also trying to be careful about how I tell you those things. And finally, I would like to point out that I can't say particular weird things in front of particular people because of who I'm related to. Any questions?
Am I not dead?
I cannot answer that question.
Am I unalive?
Again, Can't answer that, Gavilon.
I think
Our
I'm a
current state of
famous
being
star
is
at
out of the question. Please stop
Well,
asking.
I mean, it depends. Does knowing the answer to that question make you act recklessly?
Well, it has in the past, yes.
Then I can't tell you the answer to that question.
Do I at least become a world famous bard slash king of a pirate slash god emperor slash actual god slash lich?
I would stick to the
Look, let's
first
just
two of
say
that question.
that let's just say that people like Gurkfall do not read books but listen to your songs.
I'll take that as a yes to all of those.
No.
I mean, technically, that is a question you can take a couple of ways, which is why I can answer it that way. Because whether or not I'm telling you a direct answer is I'm not telling you a direct answer with that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
I have a couple questions, but I have no idea if you can actually answer them. So I'm like, how can I?
I mean, you just gotta ask.
Well, when I approached your cell, you called me uncle. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if you could elaborate on that. If not, that's fine. I'll
Well,
find
I
out in the
mean, you
future.
guys are like my dad's brothers and sisters in arms. So,
She didn't
uncle.
call me Uncle Avalon. I guess I.
No,
I mean,
no,
that
you
makes
are
sense, I
Uncle
guess.
Gavilan. I just didn't see you at my cell.
Uncle Gavalon. That's. I'm not sure what to think about
Please,
that.
please don't inflate his ego more.
It's inflating my ego to be an uncle?
No, but I know that you can take it any way you want, and most of the time when you do,
Honestly, it probably would inflate his ego to be an uncle
yeah,
of a more of you know. Honestly,
of
because
mobility.
if he were to
Yeah.
think about it for a second, that means he has good connections. Also, he's from TN. The uncles
I
have weird
already
power at
have
courts.
good connections.
Yeah.
Too many, to be honest.
Yeah.
Insight check that one.
I mean, yeah,
No,
you
thank
can insight check that one, Shadow.
Yeah, because that sounds like he gets a lot more connections and he doesn't realize it. And I'm like,
Look,
wait.
the catchphrase of Gavlon is he wins by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And now you can
that.
roll that insight check. Also, so
Are you
can
right?
you, Gavlon.
No, I'm good.
Oh wait, is that natural 16? Yeah, that's natural 16. That looks cockeyed to me.
It is cocked, yeah. But yeah, so that is enough. Lapis is not very good at lying about things like this, fun fact. Gavlon is connected out the wazoo. It's actually a little terrifying how connected he is in the future. Unfortunately, he's also not quite competent enough to do anything too nefarious with these connections.
Thank God.
Or to put it more accurately, Matt won't let me do anything too nefarious with these connections.
Well, no, because a lot of these connections you have are two-way power struggles. Let's just say that your ego grows a bit mighty, Sir Gavilan. And, one wife just isn't enough anymore.
Oh. Okay, well, shit.
Ew.
Neither is, like, 5, and you start getting mistresses.
Oh no, I'm gonna become Matt's new father.
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
then
No, hang on. So you're telling me that Gavlon's dream is to bang Nihil?
Wait, hold on. I wasn't thinking about her, but maybe.
No, Nihil's his grandmother.
No, if you're going to be Matt's dad, that's the only way to do it.
No, that would be Matt's
by proxy, you're thinking about doing
hold
that.
up. That would be Matt's granddad.
I have potentially
Oh.
3 moms/stepmoms that I could potentially bang.
Yeah, that's actually accurate, and one of them is more easy than the others.
The odds are in my favor,
The odds are
Oh
very
god.
much in his favor.
and I'm gonna
That
ground you.
and that. No.
Did you clean your room? I'm 35. Don't
Also, I
talk to
don't
me.
live here.
Don't talk to me that way, boy. I dirtied your room myself. Go clean it.
Well, it's a good thing that Gavilan didn't get that insight check.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank God.
What other questions do you have, Mr. Shadow?
Well, are we all happy in the future?
Oh, that's sad.
No, no, no. Like, because there's a lot of things in my life that have kind of ruined it, sort of. And I just want to
Well,
know, does everybody end up at least happy in the sense that, like, even if they died happy. That way, like, those whose fates
can we
cannot be.
narrow it down to a couple of people?
Am
Because if
I
we're
happy?
talking as the mercenary group as a whole, I can't answer. But if we're talking individuals, I can answer.
Yeah, the entire mercenary group would be a little bit large. Just the people here in the room, I guess.
Gavilan is very happy. You're very happy. I don't know about Gurkval. Graves is
That
like
means I'm
very
alive.
happy. Raphael improves mentally somewhat. Alvera is okay. Maple is Maple.
Fair enough. Just blinks at that last one. Fair enough.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure Maple is in this for his own happiness. I just think he's vibing.
Maple is no.
Yeah, he kind of has that vibe.
Now, as now whether or not the other people in your life are happy is a different question. Given, I hope that happiness doesn't make you act recklessly.
No, no, heck no. If
That
anything, I'd
I
want to secure that happiness by not
Yes,
dying and
because
also
I said you
giving.
were very happy, but I also never said you didn't die very happy.
mm, let me
Because
take
the
that.
only reason I
Yeah,
was able to
exactly.
say you were very happy is because he left it open ended as to whether or not you were alive.
Exactly why I said that. Because I
Sure.
would like to think that I'm alive, but at the same time, if I'm not, at least I will know that hopefully by the time my time comes, I will be happy.
Yeah, life's strange.
But in order to secure that, I have to make sure I don't fucking die.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no recklessness, for sure. Unlike a certain turns against someone in the room.
I mean, also, wait a second. No, Gavilan's always reckless. It's just I don't want him to think he's immortal.
No, he already thinks that.
Yeah,
I,
no, Gavilan, you are very mortal. Also,
See
it
what I mean?
explains why you don't have that waft of gray feathers anymore.
that what?
That sounds like a religion check.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on, let me do my zero religion.
Yeah. You're not quite sure what she's talking about, but you feel the desperate need to know. You're frightened 3.
Brighton 3?
Yup.
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
think
we
bit of an exaggeration for some gray feathers.
No, because
No, it isn't.
that speck of gray feather sounds like your death is imminent. That's what it sounds like to you. Someone else would probably want to roll a religion check to snap him out of that. Looks at the other two people on the roll 20. There we go. Believe it or not, the DC is only a 20. Yeah, that's the end result of a resurrection spell. It leaves you, some part of you, marked.
That's badass. I'm gonna be resurrected.
That means that.
That
Oh,
means that you die.
Don't
at some
matter.
point.
I'm gonna be resurrected, and the death is probably gonna be really cool.
no, it's not. You
Well,
probably
I
died like a
bet-
bitch.
I bet I die wrestling like a Tarrasque or something, and I win.
No, because
No.
you guys don't fight the Tarrasque until where Lapis
Much
comes
later.
from. Yeah, so
I bet I die wrestling a Tarrasque, and I lose.
Yeah, you'll lose because you die.
Yeah, but I
That's
still win because I live.
freaking
No.
this system's power scaling is getting out of control. Like the power scaling fans are too out of control. Like can Peak Gavilan beat a Tarrasque in a wrestling contest? What the fuck are we arguing about this?
Because I think it's funny.
I do think it's funny too. I'm making the joke of power scaling is going too far. Well, all of that being said, are there any more questions for Lapis?
No, I'm good.
What about you, Shadow?
I think I'm good. I think. I'm still thinking.
What about you,
I'm
Kirkfall?
blanking, so.
Any
just not gonna
questions
raise
for
my-
Lapis?
No, none really.
Okie dokie. Let's move on to Mr.
He's not trying to piss off future Girkfall.
No, she's. Did you say can I stop or can she stop?
I didn't say anything.
No,
Oh, wait.
you said trying to piss off future Girkfall.
Oh my god, it's Uncle Shadow and Uncle Gavilan and Daddy Gurkla.
Oh god.
Oh no. She's not that blatant.
No, that'd be funny just to tease him.
I will also point out another ramification for Gurkfall for thinking about this for a second. Hey, Gurkfall.
What?
You know the type of father Matt is in the future. This is a very dangerous situation you've gotten yourself into, buddy. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Just
Well-
pat you on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's
Good
like,
luck with that.
yes. Well, moving on to the next person you've got to interrogate. Aaron Ruscio. Who, for the benefit of you, this is what Lapis looks like at the moment. And that was probably too short. And this is
Didn't
Aaron
even pop up on
Ruscio.
screen.
No, it did on my end.
Okay, yeah, it didn't pop up on
Yeah,
mine.
because you gotta not click it when I do it. So I'm doing it for Aaron.
I didn't. So, like my hand was completely off the mouse.
Well, this is Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
And what you know about Aaron is that he is a former, well, quote unquote, former member of the Pathfinder Society, a ranger who served under the Verdant Wheel faction.
And he got imprisoned because he tried to steal back Pathfinder artifacts to return to the Black Rose Museum and got caught.
I would also like
No
to
trial,
point
no
out
nothing.
that these are artifacts linked to deities,
Yes.
and they were kept in the Black Rose Museum,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds like a Pathfinder Society lore or society check. Our Onyx Alliance lore check. Fun fact, this is one of those situations where the Onyx Alliance lore would be a harder check than the Society. I think that's the only person trained. Yeah, you want to try that again, buddy?
Well, I had a generic hero point yesterday, but
Yeah, I reshuffled and redealt.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know what the one does, the one with the giant fuck off axe, because that dude's a fucking screw you enemies freaking card we've discussed before. The other ones, I'm like, I don't remember.
Well, you can drag them onto the screen, hover over them, and see what they do, by the way.
Oh, they actually have like a
Yep,
text
they have
box
text,
now.
yep, but you gotta drag them onto the board and hover over them.
Okay, well, let me zoom all the way out and go into this upper corner and Rochambeau these other ones out.
Ooh. Gain an automatic critical success to a crafting check or an income check.
Gain some
Gain a free
fortune roll.
I don't
can
imagine
actually use that for one of them.
you do.
Oh,
Yes, by the way, Will, I
that
made
other
a
one's
hero
actually
point
cool.
deck.
Oh, you
On a
mentioned that
crafting
before.
check or an earn income check. Wow.
Yep. Who is that, by the way? I will literally let you re-roll for free if you know who that is.
Oh, that's Olvera.
No, the
No.
gain an automatic
No.
critical success to a crafting check or an income check.
Oh, that's Shadow's mom.
That's not my mom. I actually have art of her that no one else has seen.
Fun fact, that's close. It is someone's mom. But
Oh, that's my mom.
Not.
No.
I'm looking for a name as well. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
She is one of your generous benefactors. Helps fund.
Oh,
your
is that Is
yes,
that
that's
Kusanagi?
Yep.
That's her. I didn't realize
that's
she had.
Kusanagi.
I didn't realize she had such bazongas.
What? Oh wow! That is honestly Gavilan.
That fits him.
Gavilan, 1 second. You made me laugh in a way I wasn't expecting to.
Speaking of.
Well, you got a critical failure the first time anyway, so you get false information. Yeah, the Black Rose Museum, totally not known for storing anything suspicious. Meanwhile, I'm just going to say someone tells you, no, the Black Rose Museum is used for storing all of the weird relics that have powers associated with them in the Pathfinder Society. Like, I'm gonna tell you, Aaron tells you that, because, like, how do you guys not know? Oh, right. Black Rose Museum is not a public museum. You have to know someone and get invited to visit it, which you think, well, that's weird. What's the point of a museum like that? The point is, the Black Rose Museum is a hellhole.
That's
yeah, remember that one time the Pathfinder Society found dinosaur skeletons and then they came to life and started eating people?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
No, I don't.
That's an actual scenario, though, in Pathfinder Society First Edition.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to
like the Black Rose. When I make the joke of days since Pathfinder Society member death toll on the wall, I'm not joking. That is a that's a society mission hub. Like, there's always something wrong in the Black Rose Museum.
How does a living fossil eat you? Wouldn't you just fall out the tummy?
Well, shadow magic.
Wouldn't you just fall out the tummy?
I can explain that. It's basically when it takes on the corporeal form via magic. Therefore, it can still eat you, even though it's still technically a skeleton.
Well, also, yeah, you might fall out of its belly, but it's gonna mash you to death. Yes. Let you get bit by your abdomen by a T-Rex. Watch that go well for you.
But I'll still fall out the tummy.
Uh, yeah, in
Probably
half.
in half, if not more pieces.
Actually, for a T-Rex, I'll just fall out of the bottom of the jaw.
Well, yeah, but in half. It was a high-level adventure, is all I'm gonna say, and be done with it.
Cool.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I want
Hey,
to fight a shadow T-Rex.
well, you probably want to go to the Black Rose Museum.
That sounds cool.
Anyways, I
There
would like to
immediately.
point out that this guy fucked up royally. Now, question time.
Do you
'Cause-
know where the artifacts are that need to be retaken?
Second floor, third floor, fifth floor.
Is one of them a
Cool.
dinosaur?
No.
No.
I didn't ask you.
Matt, if you could, please re-explain the 3 artifacts for those who were not here yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So, the Eye of Gorum, which was a prosthetic eye worn by an orc warlord of Gorum in ancient Taldor.
I know him.
The Necklace of Order, which is a necklace that was worn by a very famous and important Abadar priest in the Dark Ages in Taldor. And the Staff of Pharaonic Prowess, which was literally the staff of Nethys before he became a god. Because, fun fact, Nethys used to be a pharaoh in Osirion.
That is cool. I didn't know we had pharaohs.
Yeah, you also have the Egyptian gods, but they're labeled Osirian gods.
Are they still named?
Yeah, they're still named the same.
No.
Yep.
That is cool.
The names and everything are the exact damn thing.
Yep. They even have the same domains and everything. Yep.
Exactly what they rule over.
There are also pyramids
name,
There are also pyramids in the biggest city in Osirian, and a sphinx in that city.
That is cool. I know where I'm going.
Oh, great! Now we get to ask the speak some questions.
I would also like to point out he knows the locations very damn well. Like,
you mean
second floor, fourth floor, or second floor, fourth floor, or yeah, second,
third, and fifth.
Yeah. He is on the first floor. I would like to point that out once again.
How do you know that they're on those floors? Do you have contacts or people that might be able to point us in the right directions for retrieval once we reach those floors?
Yeah, you're asking a lot of questions. I just need you to bring those back to me. Essentially, Carl, he knows some more things. This is what you're getting out of this. This means you guys are going to have to convince him to tell you about what he knows.
Oh, Gavilan, it's time for your persuasions.
Sure.
Tell me what you're going to say first.
Use your higher charisma than thou, and your better stats than thou, and
trying to get out of him.
Yeah, let's just say Gavilan might not be everything you need. You might also have to scare him. Yeah, there's a lot of things you might need to do.
Trust me, if we have to scare the ever-living bejesus out of them, I got that covered. And so does Gurkle, I'm pretty sure.
I would also like to know what you're saying, Gavilan, because this is a Pathfinder agent. Pathfinder agents are weird.
Hey, buddy, if you want us to help get you out of here, we're gonna need more info than that.
And that sounds like a persuasion check, and you can use performance for that, so go ahead.
Okay. Performance. Where's the button?
Wow, that's a 2. And that's a 28 on top of it. He says, well, look, it's the Black Rose Museum. Everything is there for a reason. And I just named 3 items associated with deities.
You know what? That 2 insults me. I want to use a hero point.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry that I'm late again.
No, that's fine.
Hello.
We're just interrogating the people you discovered yesterday.
We're causing an incident.
Not really.
Thank God it's not an international incident. Otherwise, oh God.
So, yeah. Long story short, you guys are interrogating the Pathfinder agent who fucked up and got artifacts restolen. Because, oh yeah, those artifacts don't sound mundane. Also a 6 is not enough. I need to take one of your hero points. What do you got?
Oh, right. I forgot that's how it works now. Let me, right click. No, not right click.
Just
Top.
click and drag, dude. Click and drag.
Oh, right. All right. I'm dragging. Nothing's happening.
You gotta click, hold, and drag.
If there's anything that says Path To
There
Create
we go.
Nihil, it's a blank
Use
one.
this
So check this out.
dude.
Where did it go? Where is it? Where? Oh, there it is. Alright, wait. Oh, there it is.
Can be used by itself for a heroic defiance if this is your only hero point on a
You might want
heroic
to keep
defiance.
that one.
Oh, okay.
What that says is that instead of wasting all your hero points, you use one. And a heroic defiance means that instead of going down, you stay at 1 hit point.
Okay, then I'll
It's
use
absolutely stupid.
this person.
It also says that when you don't have
free sending to an ally or reroll anything with a double fortune effect.
Yeah, I'll take that. Take that now. Reroll your thing twice and take the better result.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, okay. So, Aaron looks at you and is like, okay, I should not be telling you any of this. Okay, so the Eye of Gorum is a magical artifact that does a lot of things. I can give you 2 of them at the moment. What do you want to know about the Eye of Gorum?
I look at Shadow.
In order for it to work, does it need to be inside your eye socket? I.e.,
Oh, yes.
do I have to dig someone's eye out?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay.
What does it do?
Well, there are 2 prevalent things. First of all, it gives you true sight.
Uh-huh.
Second, it gives you dark vision and soul sight.
So it gives you all the sights.
And finally, it seems to allow you to read your opponents with ease.
Oh, this sounds worth gouging an eye out. What's the downside?
The downside is if you wear it and you don't worship Gorum, then your body will slowly tear itself away from the furthest part away from the eye to your eye. So it basically becomes a malignant tumor that spreads throughout every ounce of your body if you don't worship Gorum.
How slow?
Short and long and very painful. About 10 years of excruciating pain.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Well, technically the first 3 days it spreads throughout the entirety of your body and your arms, and then it takes the rest of the time to get to your head.
Okay, that part's a bit bad. What
However,
does it worship Gorum?
Gorum is a deity that is all about war. He would be personally offended by the song, by songs like "Why Can't We Be Friends" and "What Is It Good For?" Absolutely nothing.
Hey, Gurkval, what do you think about war?
What?
What do you think about war?
Stupid.
Pretty swell, right?
Stupid most of the time.
Yeah, no, Gavlon.
If only Matt was here, he'd be totally down for war. I miss him. It's a shame he's
Well,
dead.
at this point, he's already down for war. I imagine we hear a couple Wilhelm screams from up top.
It's a shame Matt's dead.
Yeah, you just had the truth revealed to you, but yeah, not important.
Oh, it's saying that Matt's now weird.
Yeah, that's more accurate. Anyways, that's the 2 questions you got about that. Sounds like there's more persuasion needing to be done still.
Do I need to press another performance?
Well, we can let other people take a whack at it. We have literally all people who have at least an 18 in charisma here today.
Okay. Anyone
Also,
else want?
you get bonuses for being creative in how you try and get the information out of the guy. Which means that there are also knowledge checks you can make about this person in particular.
Oh wait, he didn't tell us about any of the other artifacts.
Yeah,
I know,
no,
that's
he only
for
told
the
you
other
2
check.
facts about one of them, and one of your questions was, do you have to gouge out your own eye? And he's like, oh, yes, yes, you do.
Which is a good thing because then we know to look at people's eyes. And if we find someone that has an offset eye, it's like, that might be it. I'm taking that.
I mean, they could also be wearing an eye patch over it.
True. But also makes them sus for that exact reason.
No, because the reason you could wear an eye patch is so that you have one eye adjusted to darkness, Carl. That's why pirates wore eye patches.
I know. I'm all
Also because it's cool.
Yeah,
But why
also
would you
because
need that
it's
in a
cool.
prison?
I would like
Also,
to
that's-
point out that Aaron is wearing an eye patch, good sir.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What about you, Zeros? How would you approach interrogating someone?
Well, I just came in late. What am I interrogating them about?
So basically, one of the people you rescued leads an organization here trying to fight back against the basically anyone here who is trying to make people's lives hell, including the warden, her groans, whatever. But he is also a former Pathfinder agent who is specifically here because he took back items that were stolen by the warden's goons from the Black Rose Museum. If you want, you can roll me a society check to figure out anything about the Black Rose Museum. Oh, well, that is a good roll, good sir. The Black Rose Museum is a privately funded, privately open, in other words, you need an invitation to get in, museum run by the Black Rose family and the Pathfinder Society. There is a enormous casualty rate at the Black Rose Museum. Always something wrong in the Black Rose Museum. And another important thing is all the artifacts they store in that place are very powerful, are like very, very expensive. The items that were stolen from it, you know, are related to the deities of Gorum, Nethys, and Abadar. A necklace, a rod, or a necklace, a staff, and a eye. And currently you're trying to figure out what he knows and what he knows about the items themselves. Because knowing about what those items do are probably going to help you in the future. I.e., these might be items given to floor bosses, essentially.
So, this staff sounds interesting. Anything you want to tell me about it?
He says, not really. Essentially, you got hero points if you want to use one.
Yeah, I'll use one.
Yep, let's see what you got. Because remember, I finished
Still
Hero
low.
Deck tooltip, so if you drag them onto the board, you can see what they do. And I can't actually pull up what you got to give you a, quick...
Those are my three.
Those are your three. Um, Honestly, if I were you, I would let me take that little frogman of yours, because probably not the
Okay,
most useful at this moment.
sure.
Whereas the other, actually, wait, no, you don't have focus points. Take back the frogman. I would actually use the other one, that orc one with the staff. The one that was like here, because I forgot to add on the oh you can give this to people. That one is not a oh you can give this to people one. Because if I did not make that a random chance, then that would be a little too out there. And you can re-roll that now. Oh, it's a 28. You already did re-roll it. So he looks at you as like, I can tell you one thing. Your choice.
Who was the last seen with?
Well, the staff is currently on floor 2. And I think it gained a new owner recently.
Ah,
And you might be able to deduce who that new owner might be if you can figure out who might be the next floor boss. Would you like to take a gander at a raw int roll for that, Lewis? I can also, to do a raw int roll, you just hit the int button on your character sheet, the little blue int. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Probably Sven. Which means that, oh, hey, Sven has that item. Probably pretty powerful, means probably something to dig into a bit more. And why don't we go, Shadow, what are you thinking about trying to, how are you going to ask this man some questions?
So, given what little I know about the Pathfinder Society as a whole, I would like to try to use the what at least what I think of when I think of oh hey Pathfinder Society missions dossiers.
Yeah, they don't do that a lot, actually.
Really?
Yeah, most of the time you're like, hey, go to this place, talk to the venture captain, and you talk to the venture captain and they tell you everything you need to know, or everything they know.
That or such initiative. Today I
Well,
was.
I guess in order for us to
Oh yeah, no,
succeed,
that's
we do
another
get the
thing.
adventure
Oh,
captain for a
hey,
day.
we're gonna send you to that. Oh, what was that explosion? Yeah, that's
Today
another
I will
option.
explore the Black Rose Museum.
Yeah, that's also another thing. Sometimes it's just like, oh, hey, check on Nigel in the Black Rose Museum, and then you find out there's a whole complicated mess going on in the Black Rose Museum, because there's always something wrong in the Black Rose Museum.
And half the
Yeah.
Pathfinders just don't listen to you and just go and do their own thing and wind up dying.
Yeah.
Adventure!
Yes. Adventure! Anyway, so,
Followed by a dragon
dossiers,
attack.
maybe not dossiers, but hey, how else would you approach this thing?
Let's see. The more information we can actually get on these, the quicker we can get these back. So, if you don't mind, we like basically just knowing where it was last seen. Well, in terms of the eye, like, is it just something you can hold, or you have to have it
No,
in your
yeah,
head? and
it's, you
stuff.
gotta have it in your head, but
Yeah, it's like things like method of activation, in that case head, things of that nature would help us narrow down who can have it, where it could be, unless you already know who has it, in which case that'd be even better. Um, just anything that can help us track them down would mean that we can get them back quicker.
Okay.
And leaving
with-
them in the hands of criminals means, oh boy, we're all gonna get screwed.
Okay. He asked you a question. What, you guys aren't criminals?
Well,
We're part of a mercenary crew, and we infiltrated the prison to try to get our leader back, but apparently he doesn't need rescuing because we just found out that our spy master lied to us. So, yeah.
Who's your spy master?
Oh, um, above table, real quick, Matt. Would I be able to divulge that? Like, I'm not sure if
Spy
that...
master is an actual public position.
Okay, so yes, I would. Yeah, that'd be Glinda. As in,
Oh, you're those assholes. Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense. Okay, roll twice, take the better result. Add 2 to your roll.
oh, and add 2.
Yep.
That would be diplomacy.
Yeah, that would definitely be diplomacy. You're making a request.
Okay, so that's a 33 and a...
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
33.
it'd be a 33.
So he looks at you and is like, okay, well, since you're not criminals like I thought, I guess I can tell you what you need. You know, most people aren't in here without a trial, unlike me, who got thrown in here because I know too much.
Yeah.
So, what do you need to know?
We already know. You already said which floors they're on. Last known wielder or location would be nice if you know that.
On the
Otherwise, method of
third
activation.
floor, on the third floor, I think it's in the possession of the leader of the, I think the Orin gang has it on the third floor. Their leader has it. It's the necklace.
Okay.
And Thesa, I think, has the eye.
Of course she does.
Well,
Of course she does.
was already missing an eye. I'd assume she'd take that for herself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Great. So that heavily narrows down who has it, potentially. Is there any particular method of activation, i.e., if that person no longer has it, who else could potentially have it?
The eye is passive. If it's in someone's socket, then they can use it.
Yeah, I'm more talking about the staff.
Necklace and staff have... Well, the staff doesn't have an activation requirement. It's a staff. You can either use it or you can't. However, the staff is the former staff of the Archmage Nethys.
Mm-hmm.
So, just because you can use it doesn't mean it'll let you use it.
Okay, that's good.
Not as good as you might think.
what to do?
Well, 2 major things. First of all, it you know how most staffs have charges?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has, 3 times those amount of charges, as well as 3 times the amount of potential spells you can sacrifice, and those sacrifice spells can also triple the charge of what you sacrifice worth. So, yeah, pretty terrifying stuff. Downside is that if you aren't supposed to use it, it will shock you senseless and sort of use itself with you as the puppet.
Okay, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's definitely not good.
Yep. These I should probably have mentioned, these are powerful artifacts. They're cursed artifacts as well.
That makes sense, considering the fact the eye slowly kills you, and then this thing...
If you don't worship Gorum, yes. And
If you do,
if the
there's
staff doesn't
downside.
agree with your vibe, it'll kill everyone around you. And maybe you. Not sure.
The staff is good vibes only.
No, I think it'd be
Actually,
pure
the
neutral
staff
vibe.
is
I think.
bad vibes only.
Oh,
I'm full of bad vibes. Give me the staff.
no.
I
Hell
don't
no.
think you.
I know what you're going to do with it. No.
What
well,
would I do with it?
Cause chaos.
Well, yeah, it's what the staff wants. I wouldn't be able to hold it if I didn't cause chaos.
Honestly, yeah, it is what the staff wants.
Yeah, but usually your levels of chaos get people either almost killed or actually killed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
staff
most
wouldn't
of the
like him.
time, it's really good and cool.
I think you guys might be missing the point. The staff has, okay, maybe in
It's
less
sentient.
blunt terms, unless you worship a deity like Rovagug or Nihil, probably not going to be able to use that thing.
I could worship Rovagug.
Oh, that explains why. Okay.
What am I trying to say, Shadow? In layman's terms.
If you're not chaotic evil, then this doesn't work. Also, worshipping Nihil's a plus, which is why Sven has it.
Well, no, Sven is chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Also,
Well, I
they're
know,
not on
but I'm
good
saying
terms
it's
right
bonus.
now.
No,
he
no, no.
also
What I was
worships
trying to say, without saying there's an alignment requirement, is that there's an alignment requirement.
Yeah.
I can be evil. Watch, and you just pushes over
No,
a sword.
Yeah, but the second you turn chaotic evil, my lawful good ass is going to be planting your ass 6 feet under.
Okay, so the evil part's fine, but chaotic. I'm sorry, sir. Time to die.
You guys.
No,
Are you
you're
guys sure
chaotic.
you're a fully functioning mercenary group? Because you sound like the
Yes,
village idiots
but-
arguing over a piece of pie tasting bad and a flagon of mead tasting bad.
I thought you were
You
about
see,
to-
if we were a fully functioning merc group, we wouldn't be here. They would have listened to me and Graves, and we would have stayed back and waited. But
That is fair.
no.
We are in prison.
It's
And
just like-
Aaron is like, oh, now you need to start rolling again for shit.
You fucked up.
Technically, you and Gavilan fucked up because,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even
Most-
question it if it wasn't you two arguing about wanting to turn chaotic evil for the purposes of a staff.
Hey, that was
is-
not a
No,
character.
he says he wants to. Me, my lawful good ass is going to put him 6 feet under if he tries.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's the well,
That's what we're arguing.
yeah. Let's stop arguing out of character. Regardless, so we're gonna. It's about an hour and 30 minutes in. We'll take our first 5 minute for the day. So we'll be right back.
Yep. you're referring to, but at the same time, I want to confirm.
Well, you wouldn't
Because-
confirm yet. So let me know when you're ready and roll initiative
As in
when
the
you're
big
ready.
thing that we've talked about in the past, and actually,
Yeah. But also roll initiative if you're going out into the place, because Aaron has decided. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think before I tell you any more about this, because
Okay.
you
Well-
guys.
He really
Yeah.
shouldn't have taken offense of the "we're in prison" part. I mean, he's in prison too.
Yeah, but like he's not here because of his own incompetence.
Well,
He's
neither
the-
are we.
we actually, I thoroughly thought out exactly what I was going into prison for, because yes.
No, it's shift. It's left. It's. Oh
Okay.
Who was that? Was that female Graves?
No, that
Apparently,
is
I
great.
needed to log out of my. What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm
Instead
gonna
of
roll
popping up its character sheet, it popped up a new window of Roll20.
Huh.
So,
Interesting. And
my
also
junk
interesting,
email.
I rolled a natural 3 on that.
My
shit.
junk email showed up. That's the email I
Huh.
send all my junk to. It's not my actual email.
Yeah. Huh.
Yep.
Well,
Weird. How did I end up with a 35 for initiative?
Probably because I forgot to clear the tracker.
so everybody gets a re-roll. Great.
Yup.
I'm coming back up. It's like I'm trying to go downstairs in order to
Oh,
go
good. That was
eat
better
my
than last time.
cheese.
Am I still frightened 30?
No.
Oh,
Because-
natural 20. Let go.
Yes, rolling natural 20 on initiative. That's gotta go great.
It's like it is technically a 51.
41. Well,
I know it's 41, but
yeah,
it's like
there's no
if crit
benefit
just- that's
or
just
there's
work.
no benefit or downside to crit succeeding or crit failing initiative. You don't
Well,
lose a
there is some
turn.
first,
You don't
but that's
break
about it.
ties.
it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Also, Gurkfall, you're heading back into the fights initiative.
But I already rolled my initiative. What?
Yeah, I did not clear the tracker, but it's one of those, oh, you didn't clear the tracker, and we're not telling you what's on the tracker moments.
Yeah.
I need to roll initiative again?
Yup.
It's just like after every single time that we do it, just clear it for next time.
Well,
That's how we
yeah,
must do it.
it was blank for a second, Carl.
I
Okay,
know, but
cool.
I'm saying
So,
before we end session, just clear it.
yeah, I know that going forward. Anyway, so you guys would get to here without finding anything, because the north side, is clear at the moment. Well, you get to here without finding anything. Turn right. There's some prisoners in a cell. Turn left. Yeah. So if you guys want to move yourself here, and then very carefully and quickly think about what you should do when I reveal some things from the GM layer.
Where?
Here.
Where my
Shadow
character
is, yes.
Oh, okay. Huh, that's a weird hallway.
No, that's a weird cell.
Well, it looks like a dead end.
It is a dead end, that's why it's a cell.
And why is it curved to the right like that?
Because it's a dungeon.
Okay.
I.e.,
Well,
this is where the pains and screams of those who have been naughty.
No, it's hell. This prison's designed to be hell-like. I would also point out, you look right, you see some prisoners. You look left, that's a dragon.
Oh, well, that dragon doesn't look like it's big enough to go through the hallway, so I say we just go down the hallway.
Yeah, but remember, there's loot everywhere.
There is loot everywhere, but I got my cape. I'm good. I don't care about anything else.
I want to take something for a test drive.
Oh, okay. If you want,
Also, that dragon is holding a staff in between its claws.
cool. Let's kill it. Wait.
No.
And another thing, there's dancing sportal boars in the room.
Oh, I don't want to go in there
As
anymore.
if that staff is controlling the sportal boars, and you won't be facing sportal boars with that thing.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and ask the DM a question. Because
Yeah.
it was not specified which one was in that loot pile. The draconic ring.
Both of
that
them
was
were in
the
that loot pile.
I know. The draconic ring. What color?
Umbral. It's the Umbral draconic
Okay.
ring. Yeah.
Okay. Because the reason why I'm asking is because I get a +2 to, I think it was diplomacy checks with things of that color. Which
Oh,
is why
interesting.
Yeah.
The rings of racism.
Yeah, it's literally the ring of racism. Which is kind of weird, really.
However,
It's like,
as he's
yes,
making the
technically I killed
sportal
one.
boars dance, he sees you in particular, Shadow, and asks
Mhm.
you in Draconic, "The fuck are you?"
A
Like,
long story, he says back in Draconic.
the fuck? No, you can explain yourself.
So my
Nope, don't explain
Rent.
yourself from there, dumbass. You can come in here and explain yourself.
Okay, well, if I open the door, my party members are probably going to try to freaking kill you. So,
If only there was something
just-
that you could
he
do.
just gives that one moment, please. I'm going to go ahead and talk to my kin for a bit. You guys stay the fuck out here.
Okay, I'll stay right here away from the spoiler boards.
Yes, and I will go ahead and go into the cell and sit down in front.
Cool.
Just
Do you have a
sit.
key?
Oh,
That
Did we
sounds
pick
like
up
it
the-
needs to have. No,
Did-
there's not a key to this cell.
fuck.
It sounds like someone needs to lockpick that cell.
If only there was someone here who, I don't know, who knows how to lockpick.
I'll actually ask. Does anybody have a lockpick? Because
Wait,
out,
wait a
out of
second.
character.
Oh
out of
no!
character,
Hold
fucking
on a
Sarah.
second. One of you does have keys to this place. I keep forgetting
I
that one
have
of you
Yeah, I was
keys,
like,
and if I
intelligent-
don't
that-
have
was that-
keys,
Doesn't the paladin have the keys? Because I had unlocked.
No. You see,
They or
here's
no?
the thing.
Oh no!
One of you
Garrus's
disguised
character
yourself
has
as a guard, which means
Yeah.
the lockpicking of the cells in this place is completely irrelevant. Because there's a skeleton key to the non-important cells in this place.
The
and I
dragon
have
cells
picks
is
for
a
the rest,
non-important-
so
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Also,
I would
you're
actually
like
point
Garrus
out
might
there are very specific cells that can't be picked that have specific keys. But you have a skeleton key to the ones that can be picked because you made an intelligent decision, and I'm going to reward you for making the intelligent decision.
So what do I unlock?
Your paladin of the metallic dragons is just gonna talk to a red dragon by himself.
Sure.
Yeah. This could go well. I mean, technically your paladin is of the heritage of a chromatic dragon, and the red dragon is furious, asking, "What the fuck are you?"
It could also go really bad.
Yeah.
Close
But
the door
there
behind
is
you.
another benefit. The cell doors do protect against magic being cast from outside of them. That does count versus breath weapons from dragons. So it can't breathe at you through the door. But if you're in
Close
the
the door.
room, yeah. So, Carl, you can mosey yourself into the room. Carl, you can mosey your character on into the room.
I'm downstairs eating at the same
Well,
time.
he's not gonna
Give me a
go.
sec.
I can move you into the room then.
I got it.
Okay,
I
okay.
mosey my way on to about here.
That is close. Okay, so he looks at you. He's like, "You are either really overly friendly or really stupid. So explain what the fuck is your deal, and I may show mercy."
What am I? Well, let's see. My dad's side of the family were fetchlings. My mother was a dragon beastkin, and her father was a pure blood umbral dragon. So I'm a
Hold the fucking phone. I'm sorry. There's a being descended from unborn dragons that worships Apsu.
nature versus nurture. Yes.
What the fuck? What do you mean nurture versus nature? But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not smart. Got it.
S-
I mean, I'm not gonna knock you for it. I mean, it's pretty impressive going against your genetic coding. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, what's got you in here?
Um. So about that, I'm not sure. One day I was in my cave eating a damsel. Next thing you know, I woke up here eating another damsel. Made my tummy hurt.
Yeah.
And I've been here
Just
for about 20 years.
oh.
They feed me guards. Well, I think they actually try and get the guards to bring in food, but yeah, they feed me guards.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, why go for the small food if you go for the larger food?
Oh no, technically they always bring a cow in with the guard, but I like to play with my food, and cows aren't fun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is he saying?
I completely ignore Gavlon because he'll get filled in later.
I look over and say, he's having a general conversation with the dragon
Well, yes, I can
about
get that.
family lineage, why he worships the god he does,
Wait, can you speak
other
of
assorted stuff.
Yeah,
Yes, I didn't tell anybody that, but Draconic is one of my languages, as a matter of fact.
and you're just bringing this up
Yay!
now.
I don't have to tell shit.
Yeah, nah. You see, Draconic
Yep.
is a very useful language, because not only is it the language of dragons, but it's the language of kobolds. So,
I have
I
a
can
whole bunch of extra
this
planet languages on my character.
hell,
So yes,
Draconic isn't even extra planar anymore. It's literally a common language now, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
it literally is on the common languages list, which is why I took it. Well,
Dang, all
that
I
and
have is
the
stuff
other.
like common and abyssal.
No, abyssal is uncommon.
No, you don't have Abyssal or Undercommon because you have 0 int.
Then why have they been on my language sheet since I
Because you
started playing?
misunderstood how languages worked at the beginning of this.
I need to find something to replace them with.
No, you just have Common and Tengu.
Dang, no.
Hey, at
Just like
least you're
how I
not
have common,
Kitsune, who
undercommon,
somehow
and
don't
draconic.
have Kitsune and Sylvan, but just Common, and then additional languages equal to their intelligence modifier.
I mean, I'm surprised I can speak Tengu, to be honest.
Yeah, well, regardless,
It's because
hey,
Rachel.
well, let me ask you something. What is the purpose of you entering this cell other than to get mercy by this guy? Shadow, what the fuck are you doing here?
Is he asking why
No,
am I in the
no.
cell?
The GM is asking you,
Oh.
what's your purpose? What's your favorite color? What is
Why-
your quest? What is the
Why did you
airborne
do-
velocity of a laden swallow?
It depends on if they're descending or
You know,
ascending.
European.
That
That's not how the quote goes.
yeah. Well,
It's
regardless,
actually
I'm
European.
asking you,
Yeah.
what is your quest here, Shadow? What are you doing? Why are you gay?
Did you say why am I gay?
Look, I have weird quotes now that I've hung out with Silver for about 2 years.
Oh,
It's only
God.
been a year. God damn.
I know the quote.
Anyways,
whatever.
what
Fuck the
is you?
quote.
What are you doing? You just
I'm-
walked into a cell with your mortal enemy. What are you doing?
Are these the good or evil dragons?
This is a red dragon. It's chromatic.
What are you
Red.
doing? What are you doing, Shadow?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, army of
I'm
swirl-
going to. I'm just trying to strike up a general conversation, and then trying to say, "Hey, you know, I can help you get out, but it'll cost a little bit of morality on your end."
It'll cost morality on your end too.
'Cause,
Okay, let him cook. Okay, proceed.
So, so you don't know how you got here. So I'm
Ooh.
guessing you were wrongfully imprisoned, like a lot of things. Though I guess eating damsels wouldn't exactly.
Yeah, I
be
was gonna say, I'm pretty
wrong
sure that this is better treatment than most people give a sleeping dragon.
I would have agree on that. Let's just kill them and kill our kinds in their sleep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Honestly,
kind of learned that when you live in Promise, but
you come from Promise.
I don't know. Oddball,
No,
right?
no, not oddball. What the fuck?
Yeah, well,
uh, uh,
apparently there's a rare instance where a temporary connection to Promise was made from the Darklands to the surface via some.
so
I don't know
he
if it was
takes his
magic or
claw
what
and he
it was.
pinches his snout. And he's like, "You're a goddamn experiment."
What?
You don't know how Promise works, do you? You ever wonder why even metallic dragons stay away from there?
Actually, I'm actually thinking it's like, well, all the leaders and everything are technically metallic, though the two heads of security are bright. Or at
Yeah,
least one of them.
no, I don't mean the faithful followers of the leader. I mean like regular dragon families don't live in that place.
Just tap.
Like, oh,
You know, I didn't think about it until now, but you're right. That seems a little weird.
a little. Okay, look, he's dumb. Do any of you speak Draconic?
I'm
I
just
have an
staring.
int of 10. Yes, I am dumb.
I don't understand him, so I'm just staring blankly.
I guess I can explain this slowly, so maybe he. Okay. You're a
Hang on.
fetchling, and born of a archenemy dragon type to the leader of Promise.
Yeah.
Both you and your parents are allowed to live there.
Under an agreement that my father made.
Also,
Back in
are
the
you
day,
wearing plate armor from Promise's military?
Question for the DM.
Yes,
Was this
the
just an
answer to that question
upgrade?
is yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay. The answer to the question is yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, what happened before you joined up with these guys?
I mean, I was in
No,
my
no. Give me all the
platoon.
details.
Okay. Do you want me to start from the beginning, or since I made
Make it
landfall on
short and
this
sweet,
side of the
actually. I don't know how
Okay.
much patience I have for your stupidity at the moment. Well,
Okay.
you and your mother and your father's, but not important.
Oh, well.
Look, trust me, I'm not trying to be rude for no reason, okay? Trying to help you come to
Fair
terms with the
enough.
reality of your situation.
Fair enough. So my dad struck a deal with the king
No.
to
when you joined the army. What
Oh, when I
happened when you
joined.
joined the army? Like, what happened to you before
Okay.
you started traveling with?
I got trained as to become a shadow guard, and as part of the training, they sent me overseas on a expedition mission, where everybody else freaking died except for me, which is when I think Apsu made a personal intervention, and that's when the whole bunch has stuff. No, that part
Oh,
started
so that's what's
officially.
going on. Huh. That's new. To the people who want to make a society check, I need you to GM roll it, which means click that little speech bubble in your corner. Actually, I need to open up your sheet and GM roll it because this is a secret check for once.
Okay,
Awesome.
I'll but
So,
given that I have a not garbage rule at it.
yes, secret knowledge checks are not something I do often, but this is one of those instances where it's appropriate.
Okay.
At this point, it's just like the more rusty gears at the base of the brain start turning its head. It's like, what the hell is he trying to get at?
Okay, Shadow, you just met the DC for this. So, fun fact, yeah, you're an experiment, buddy. The leader of Promise has several weird things he's done over the years, like, nearly caused the apocalypse. Tried to figure out what makes people good and evil by doing social experiments, i.e., murdering all of their friends in front of them.
Mhm.
Do I need to spell this out any clearer, Shadow?
My family's a social experiment.
Yeah, no, you're the experiment.
How's he doing?
That's a
In
very good question. Yeah.
in what way?
You went out on an expeditionary force. All of the other people were murdered except for you. And then by divine intervention, by someone who's sick and tired of his shit, you didn't snap. That's all I'm saying, okay?
Okay.
Maybe I should reiterate the fact. You and your family
No.
are an experiment, but he tried to torture you and make you snap. Think about
No,
this. Has any other member of your family snapped?
Yes, but he was kind of that way since he was born. So
Was he?
I mean, he was good for like first.
Also, he could also have been an experiment. Like
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
The only things I remember about him is when he was just an absolute fucking dick to me. So I mean,
Yeah, but he's older, right? He could have been good.
yeah, fair. But,
Also, yeah, no, he was.
yeah.
So, your entire family is an experiment to see how people turn evil. And that means every piece of pain you've experienced is as a result of the nation you've once pledged your loyalty to.
Well, this is going to be an awkward homecoming.
If you're even allowed home anymore, now that you know that.
Well, would they?
Well, we'll see.
And he just looks at you and is
So
like, so go ahead.
I look over at him and the dragon, hearing the general course of that conversation at this point going nowhere. I'm gonna use a hero point on that.
Yeah, also, let me make sure Let me un-GM roll you very quickly.
Normally, I have the little button up at the top that says to GM. So
Yeah,
just
no, I clicked it and then rolled it for you because that's the only way I get a private GM roll.
yeah.
Unless
'Cause
I
I'm down
get the
to-
GM roll gnome, which is a tool made by people who play Society on Roll20.
Let me know when you're ready for me to reroll.
I'm not going to count that roll because it wasn't public. So
Wait, it
yeah,
wasn't public?
Nope. I was the only other person who saw that, so you can re-roll that one on me.
That's not bad.
Not at all. What are you saying?
So I look over to him and I'm like, hey, yeah, this conversation doesn't seem to be making much sense, does it? I say,
I look back.
And
In
he
what
looks at
regard?
you, and the red dragon looks at you and is like, yeah, but to be fair, chromatic dragon.
to be fair, I came in here disguised as a guard on false pretenses to work for them as a temp. And, that comes with some, as I jingle the keys, fringe benefits. Now, if you want something that makes sense, how about we get you out of here? That make enough sense to you?
Yeah, that does make sense to me.
I've got a set of keys for most of the doors around here, and for what I don't have keys for, I flick my wrist around and then pull out a set of picks with a bit of a sleight of hand and a flourish. I still have keys for. So if you want out, we're going to be your best bet.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Just follow along, and if we get into any conflicts, feel free to help us as you see fit.
I mean,
That-
yeah, but and he points at Shadow. Paladin of Apsu. There's a catch. There's always a catch when you talk to one of these guys. Last
Oh,
time
you're
I
making
talked
this
to Paladin
deal with
of...
me, see, not him.
Okay.
Look,
So...
I've had a lot of personal conversations lately, and one of the things that was potentially discussed was simply don't be a dick, i.e., don't do evil shit. Don't do evil shit, you're fine, i.e., don't eat people unless they absolutely want to, things
He's
that
a red
technically
dragon.
go against your nature and my nature and all that stuff.
Honestly, I don't like the person who experimented on you, and you turning chromatic dragons good would piss him off. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, sure. Sign me up.
Right.
All right, then. Let's be on our way.
The
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII fanfare plays as it shows the red dragon set block
Oh,
going.
by the
from
way,
evil to good.
and he hands you a staff zero. And he says, yeah, fun fact, this is something that I stole from one of the guards I ate. Apparently it comes from a dragon on the 4th floor. And apparently
Oh.
the sportal boars are domesticated, but this is the tool to control them.
Interesting. I can have these raid the other guard stores.
Yeah, just have them attack the guards. I mean, that way they're not going to be as prepared when we get up to the 5th floor.
Well, this sounds fun.
Also, I look around. Can I figure out how the hell they got him in here?
As he approaches the unlocked door, he shifts into humanoid form and then, walks out.
Ah, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Does it? Does it?
Yeah. I mean, shifts a little bit himself.
Well,
Just
no. Carl,
shrug.
how did they get an unconscious dragon to shift?
Maybe he was a human when he became
Okay.
unconscious.
Considering the connections they have, there's probably some way of forcing it.
Ah, yes. Considering the connections they have, that sounds like a Zeros question. Believe it or not.
Who's Zeros?
That sounds like a Reeve question on his specific lore skill to a alternate history. Yeah. Yeah. Promise. Yep. Promise. Fucking Promise's fault.
Great, it's Promise's fault. Okay.
Because, fun fact, you know how he joked about causing the apocalypse? Nearly did. Yeah, nearly did. Yeah, about,
Yep,
about, in this timeline, about 2 years ago?
Funny part? That's actually canonical.
That is canonical. Also, you technically weren't, also, Carl, you technically weren't there when that happened.
Yeah.
Have you been receiving letters back from your family at all, Carl?
No, and I've been wanting to try and get in touch with them. Unfortunately, I kind of can't right now.
Yeah, totally not like there's a sending stone that you could ask someone about X thing. But
yeah, I know, but they don't have the other end of the multi-sending stone, so I'm
and
I'm kind of up in the air right now. It's like I have one half of the puzzle.
I'm just realizing something. I am realizing something very important. There are people I can't see who have the hero points they have, and I'm curious if any of you've got a big red dude.
A big red dude. Let me check.
I have the big
No.
the dude with the black armor and the big fuck-off axe that does double misfortune.
I also have that dude, I think.
Hey, Will, what hero point deck cards do you have at the moment?
I have access to everybody, so I can tell you. Once I go ahead and fill up my...
Why can he
There,
see it, but you...
I don't know, it's acting weird.
That's
I
why
can't see Shadows or Reeves. I can just see yours and mine. Because here's the thing. If one of you has a particular hero point deck card, then
yeah, I can only see Gavelons and my yours. Well,
then,
yours are.
Yeah, so Will, can you show me what you got?
I don't know what
the little thing above your name that says Path to, that's the logo. Click on it. Drag what you got out.
Huh?
On top of your name, where it says Lightsbane, there's a little emblem. That if you click on that emblem, it'll pop out with cards.
Where? On the Discord?
No, not
on the Roll20, right on top of where it says Lightsbane.
Oh.
Welcome to your hero point card deck, sir.
And I sort of need to see what you have.
Okay.
Click and drag them onto the screen into a black area.
Oh,
wait. Oh. Okay. Double fortune inspect on a spell or weapon and reset your spell strength.
Back in. What the?
No, you right click and say take card.
2 action ability is a single action. Ooh, that's not bad at all. And then panache for free or gain a focus point.
Yep, yep. Those are good hero point cards. So, there is a very, very important tactical decision you can make now. There is also a morality ramification to tactical decision. You have the staff that commands the Sportleborn faction of this floor.
Just this floor.
Well, as technically just this map at the moment. There's a lot of Sportleborns here.
Yep.
There's also a lot of annoying guards. So, my question to you as a group, and if one of you wants to go rogue and make the decision yourself, that is fine too, is are you going to abuse this ability? And
I'm sorry, but from the moment I got the staff and I was explaining what it was, I was already using its power to command them to infest the other guard stores.
Just the
So,
stores, not the guards themselves. They swarm, by the way, Lewis, and they're hard to deal
it's
with.
like if you want to get rid of some guards, best way to do it is have them attack the guards directly, because then we don't have to worry about
Gamelon,
same time.
I
We're-
like this idea.
We're talking a one-time ability to just... The Sportal Boars are a problem for everyone. These guards are probably the best target for them. Because you think you guys have a hard time getting food? The guards have no access to rations at the moment.
Gamelon is against this idea.
Gavilon... So, for or against? One of you is already doing it, but I want to know because they're... It is a chaotic alignment infraction if you choose yes. Considering the person who's already doing it is chaotic, that doesn't mean shit.
Gamelon knows how it feels. This is
It's like,
inhumane.
I'm not against it. I'm also sort of not for it. It's like we need to get rid of the sport boards.
It's
That's the main
chaotic
thing.
to use the Sportal Boars to your advantage. It is a good action to realize the inhumanity of it.
We should just direct them into a fire.
At the same time, we already got our asses really handed to us by the sick.
Would you like to know the... I will point out that Zero's very wise and tactical decision. Because, oh yes, let's taunt our enemies by making their rations all full of these things and then send the swarms at them. This gives you a boost to instability on this floor.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Of about
Cranking up.
plus 20%.
Yep.
Heck yeah! So where are we at? Like 31 now out of 75?
There's
Don't
no
lie.
guards that are going to stop you in this zone now. They are focusing on the most important area right now, which is the next two zones. That doesn't mean there's not room to explore our enemies in the place. But, for now, it means you've gotten an opportunity to focus on some other issues before going to Zone 2. Such as freeing prisoners and finding out more about the various allies you've made. Because there was a chance that if you ran into this dragon while Shadow was here, you'd be able to talk it down. Which I did purposefully because I know Shadow's character. And, weird concept, but there's other weird things about the dragons in this prison.
Oh, so that's the room that I should be in currently? My bad.
Yeah. Nah, you're fine. Because essentially, the reason it's a plus 20% is 20% instability from the next two maps is what you'd cap out at. Because the guards are too busy dealing with their own hunger and literally turning on each other.
Damn.
Or they are in the middle of fleeing to other zones to help corral the messes in there and avoid the food shortage. And by food shortage, I mean the non-existence of edible food in this area.
Well, for them.
Yeah, well, for them. But,
meanwhile,
to the person holding the staff, there's a name written on it. You have no idea who this is, but the rest of your party does. You didn't travel with him for long. But you met this, person who had converted a young black dragon into the ways of the worship of Kyrgyz, and then fought Shiva Kadir in that whole incident. And that person's name, as well as the dragon's name, is on this staff.
I already know who it is out of character. 'Cause we already
Doxus Van Seer, and I can't remember what I named that dragon. But what that
it's the
means,
Sportaborg
even Gavilan would be able to put this together. What that means, Gavilan, is the Sportamores in this prison are the same Sportamores that turned you into a vegetarian.
The exact same ones.
Yep,
Yep.
the exact same colonies.
All the more reason for me to be against this. Throw it in the fire.
Yeah, but, you know.
Good luck with that now.
Yeah, I've given a... So, fun fact about it, this is a one-time, cause chaos, or don't be a dick. And one of you cause chaos, the rest of you are not being dicks. So, Gavilan, you're leading towards the good spectrum twice now.
Okay.
Which you're still very far in the chaotic neutral, but, if 12 more choices like that, you might see yourself go up a peg.
Whoa.
if only we can get him be less chaotic.
However,
happening.
before you move into Zone 2, which due to this decision, which, by the way, part of the ability to do this is not fighting the dragon as well. So you had to talk him down to get this opportunity for this fun decision that Zeros immediately took the staffs like, yeah, I'm gonna... You guys ever heard of the Pied Piper? Yeah. That basically that. Except instead of leading them into cliffs, I'm leading them into each other's blades.
I.e. the more fun way of doing shit.
Yeah, the more fun way of doing shit, but also the most anti-paladin thing in existence.
Yes,
so
it really is. And that's why.
Given that I'm a follower of Buffer
Yes, we
Stopfleas,
need to
that's
get rid of
par for the
Sportaborgs,
course.
and this is a good way to at least get the Sportaborgs off our back for a bit.
I will also point out
there's
there
more
are other enemies in this place that aren't guards. You will probably want to deal with those for a bit more instability. But what is important right now is that you have time to get more information about the various artifacts. Because he told you there were 3. You're positive he's accurate on that. Positive, you're positive. There's a lot of questions to be asked of that man. There's also a lot of things I would recommend doing before going into the next zone. Such as the enemies that aren't guards. I would find them and kill them, but those things are... Essentially, what I'm going to say is that it'll be easier for me to... If you can go around today, easily free the prisoners of the Freebirds without running into those things, and then use the night to map out this floor completely, which will help you find treasure bundles and all that stuff, right? So it'll basically be this instance where you'll get Zone 1 and Zone 2's prisoners out of their cells, or Zone 1.1 and 1.2. Out of those, prisoners will be out of their cells, but then we'll explore like normal after that. Which means there's less enemies, but I would find them and take them out too, because there are weird shit in this prison. There's a dragon in this prison. There's probably other weird things here. But also, knowing which room it's in before accidentally stumbling into it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Which means we can ask the prisoners as we're releasing them, hey, you don't have any other things we need to look out for? Like, I don't know, gelatinous cubes,
Yeah, so...
big scary minotaurs, anything of that kind of nature where it's like...
So...
Anything other than guards?
Essentially, Carl, what I'm saying is that process will take the rest of time today and a long rest to get every detail you'll want from that. And then you can move into dealing with those creatures.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is we've reached break number 2 at the moment. We'll be right back. And we're back. So, I. Look. Let me put it to you in a way that'll be funny. All of my decisions are calculated, but I was horrible at math this week.
Oh,
So,
damn it, Matt. Now I have to fucking put the meme.
yeah, that's what I'm referencing. So
No. Someone made a custom version of that meme. Specifically
yeah.
for my character.
Well, regardless, Zone 1 is clear, or Zone 1 is cleared. I do not have Zone 2 ready yet. Zone 1 outside of a mini-boss, which is technically in Zone 2. Long story short, I was reading my notes, and it just said chaotic. I thought it was a chaotic evil decision, but just said chaotic. And it was a finished sentence, and that was not the last word. So, we're rolling with that. And on top of all of this, there are still a lot of questions to be asked of people, and I will give answers freely. You have some important characters. I'll pull up the thing here. And I would like to point out you have not pondered too much about Cade or the people you have offered to help break out. So, since you have some time while they're busy rectifying the map and, preparing to help you deal with the other threats on the floor, why don't we take some time and get to know some of these weirdos?
Okay.
So, what's your sign?
Who are you asking?
Shadow.
Ah. So,
Well,
Shadow,
you did.
what's your sign?
You did tell me to get to know the weirdo.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Bazinga!
Shots fucking fired! You're gonna need a sensu for that one.
So, what's your sign? I'm a Sagittarius.
So, Shadow, what's your sign? He's asking you. I told him to get to know the weirdo, so I guess his next question is aimed at Girkfall. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba!
Oh my god. Ow. Ooh. Ow.
What happened to the portal board?
But sporeboards are gone.
Well, they're not all.
Sportlebore rave. Meanwhile, outside of the little secret hideout, Sportlebore rave.
It's like Crab Rave, but it's Sportlebore.
Yeah, it's like Crab Rave, except people are vomiting crabs.
Well, you don't have control over them. That may become useful later.
Oh, so you mean it's like Crab Brave?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah.
What's
I'm
your
gonna be
sign?
honest. I don't.
What do I look
actually
like? A
don't know.
bard?
No. It's literally that moment of realization. It's like, wait a minute. I was technically the reason my parents left the
That's hilarious.
dark and the Darklands. Yeah, I don't know. We're kind of edgy.
So, how does it feel to learn that you are an experiment to see how far they can push you before you go insane?
Holy shit!
Let me be honest. It feels like a lot of things have done that. Just not just them looking at Gavelon directly as a way of saying, "Stop trying to push my buttons, or I'm gonna break."
So,
Yeah, I mean,
Kay, so very quickly, Kay walks up to Zeros, is like, I bet you have 5 gold that the paladin is about to punch the bard.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but I like to keep my money. I know better.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what? You aren't a sucker. I appreciate that, and he hands you 5 gold.
you're a noble
Thanks.
paladin, and your lifetimes are like this. I'm me, and I just learned I'm having twins. Life
Yeah,
can't
I know. How's
suck
it feel?
time.
How's it feel being a father?
Oh, it's awful. Want to trade?
Hey, Shadow, fun fact, that's not very Apsu friendly.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, really? Really? You just give up on your kids like that?
Well, first, I don't have kids yet. Second off, I'm kind of busy saving the world. I don't have time to think of fatherhood.
I will go to Gavwad, put my hands on either side of his face. So is Matt, and he's
Well,
also a father.
does Matt even know? Well, yeah, I know Matt's a father. The
No,
dog.
I'm going to heavily assume he does because Glinda
Yeah,
said
you know, that's
he's
a good
been in
question
contact.
because, you know, that raises another good question. He has a sending stone.
What's that got to do with anything?
I pick up my
Most
sending stone real quick. Ring Matt.
it rings.
Just
Watch you've reached the messaging machine of I
Yeah.
mean the Leviathan Devil. Please leave a message after the beep.
It's just shush, shush,
So,
and just
like, legitimately, there is an answering machine, and it would give him away. But also, answering the phone would give him away. And he doesn't know you know. So he picks up and he says, I found this strange rock. Who are you guys again?
you know us, and we know who you are. Dumb play dumb, Matt.
Hey,
Glinda
by
spoke
the
to you.
way, you're a daddy.
I'm
Also,
going
that if she hasn't
to.
told you.
I'm going to fire Glinda when I get out of here.
No, I already knew. You know, having that name
Oh,
on your
hold the
journal
fuck.
did not help.
Dear
Honestly,
diary.
wait. When did you get my journal?
Oh, and you went missing and tried to go after Alexstrasza, the investigator room, thinking
Oh
that you were
yeah, that's
kidnapped,
right.
and we found that.
Yeah, that's right. That was a clue there.
Yeah, I found out, and I had to confront Glinda about it because she was calling us on the sending stones. So.
Nah, think about that for a second. Yeah, think about that.
Well, I
Uh,
had to. I
think of,
basically, it was literally one of those things. You've been naughty. Why?
Also, think about what he just said before you continue on this course of action, good sir. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the clues there.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Leviathan Devil is Matt Magnum.
We had
What?
this I literally just lowered the phone a bit. We had this conversation with Linda this morning, Gavwan. Pay attention next time.
What?
Also, there's a bit of a bigger red flag in this conversation already. Oh yeah, that's a piece of evidence there.
Also, you forgot to wear your mask.
Uh, no, I forgot to put on the right clothes this morning. There's a difference. Or 2 mornings ago.
Okay, look. Everybody knows. And
Why am I doing this? That's what you're wanting to know?
no, better question is, why didn't you at least warn us? I.e., hey,
You
you
are
don't
the
have to do
first
anything.
people who are my peers that would actually do this sort of thing for me. I'm not used to people giving a shit about me.
Matt, you do realize that we're family, basically.
I kept saying that, but I was just doing that for my own ego.
No.
Oh, thank
It
God.
kind of sticks when you say it too many times in front of people. So your little ego boost or whatever the heck you did it for became a
Technically,
reality. Congratulations.
then may I recommend something to you?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Don't follow me up.
We if I be frank, we actually have a time limit to where we have to. Um, yeah,
That
because apparently it's either we get to the top in a month, or we find people and do good things for them and get them nice and happy. Then the timer doesn't matter. But problem, we'd have to get to the 5th floor regardless. So, just shrugs on the other side.
that's new.
Yeah, that's what happens when you literally have a brain blast in your dreams to the point where your god says, "Stop thinking. You need to rest."
So,
So, yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is a lot of information I've taken in today.
You need time to process.
I need to think for a couple of hours. I'll call you back.
Okay. I'll be waiting. I'll hang up and just hold on to, put it in my pocket.
Meanwhile, from the floor above, you can feel the vibrations of a man screaming.
I thought I was being so clever.
Also, yeah. Okay, you know what, Carl? I think I need to ask you for another raw in check. Cause,
Oh boy, raw it. Swear to God.
Because, you shouldn't need to make this raw in check if you remember the journal, but apparently you do. Yes. I am waiting.
Well, I have to not only turn on my TV, but also re-unsleep my computer. So
Why don't I just roll a d20? Because you don't have a modifier.
Or, I could...
Fuck
Okay.
me!
Never mind.
Oh, what the fuck did I roll?
A natural 20.
Yeah, bitch, I rolled a natural 20 for you! Okay, here's the weird thing he said. Oh, yes, that's a piece of evidence. How the fuck would he know that?
Is he still lying to us?
Well, first of all, how the fuck would he know that's a piece of evidence? Is not necessarily lying to you in this situation.
Oh. There's other things that have been going on behind the scenes that...
No, there's one other incident where he didn't tell anyone what was going on.
Yeah.
Also, knowing what you know about having to use a resurrection spell and what the effects of that are, those guards didn't die. They didn't have any markings, as if they had come back from death.
Which guards?
The guards that were supposedly killed by Alex Strauss's corpse.
Ah, yes.
Do I need to spell this out for you? You got a nat 20. I can do that.
Alex
Yeah.
Strauss is also alive?
No, Matt
Alex
kidnapped
Strauss,
himself.
Oh.
Alex
Oh, yeah.
Strauss
Yeah.
is Leviathan Devil.
Nah,
Yeah,
man,
that
he knew that Alex Drazo was off in the middle of fucking nowhere. Faked his own kidnapping so he could get out without anyone getting in trouble.
No, we already figured that one out though.
No,
That
you
was- I
did
think
not.
Doc.
You guys
I
had
thought
no
Doc
idea.
figured that one out.
No, Doc
When did
didn't
we
figure
figure
that
that
out.
out?
You guys didn't figure that out because you guys thought it was Alex Draza that did that whole shenanigans.
I did?
Yeah, because, it's weird that they left you evidence. Is the only clue you got that it wasn't her. And then I threw in another thing, a red herring, which is that nice little tarot card of Praedyth that made you think he was the one who left the evidence.
Yeah.
That was not the set of cards that Praedyth uses.
Yeah. So Xiao's just like, wait a minute.
And the paladin starts cussing, and cussing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Matt feels a rumble back as he realizes.
Shadow, are you okay? You're sweating.
Shadow, are you okay? You just said, by the bowels of Apsu, which is the greatest sin you could commit if you weren't already given liberty to say that word.
Yeah.
Your god is sending magical missiles at you every time you say it.
It just looked at Gavlon. It would have to come from inside the prison, first off, and second off,
Okay, but why are you cussing?
because of the realization that I just came to.
Which is?
Matt faked his own kidnapping. Just
Well,
like
we
he
know
faked his own death.
How do you fake his own kidnapping?
Well, he said, "Oh yeah, that was an evidence I left behind."
Wait, why did he do that?
No, he didn't say that was evidence he left behind. He said, yeah, that's a piece of evidence that was left behind.
Yeah.
Wait, why did he do that, though? That's what led us here, and he clearly doesn't want us here.
Yeah.
No, dude, that was when he went to go after Alex Strasser.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant his kidnapping.
Remember when Alvaro went a little cuckoo and jumped out the window, and then we all started chasing after her throughout the city?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
And Andorin. Back when Glinda was like, yeah, if you guys fuck up, I'm gonna disband you.
Okay, I do remember that part, yes.
Yeah, literally, oh, hey, if he runs off on his own, you guys get disbanded. If he gets kidnapped, nothing happens.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant, like, when we learned that...
In order to keep us from getting disbanded, he faked his own kidnapping. So he could run off on his own like a freaking idiot.
Yep.
I thought you meant that when we learned that Matt was in this prison, that was also Matt's doing.
Yeah, no, that was not Matt's doing, but, that sounds like another raw int check any of you can make.
Except for those who already figured it out.
Well, no one's figured out what that was, how you guys, no one's quite figured out how a true sight scope saw, okay, yep, Zeros, got it. Fucking hell! What the fuck? That is another not 20!
For the guy who has 10 intelligence, getting constant brain blasts.
Divine intervention at this point. Like, holy shit. Oh.
Oh yeah, it's big brain time.
It's like,
Zeros, the answer is a powerful illusion wizard and a secondary illusion wizard could fool a true sight scope. Carl, the answer is that Sven and his wife.
Wait, Sven and his wife pulled this off?
Yep. In other words, you're not here because of... In other words, you're here...
Sven was the one who fucked with us.
Sven was the one who fucked with you. And it was on the request of his goddess because she's pissed at all of you.
Okay. And then she said that I'm not... that I'm going to go and say, even though she knows he's not...
I thought Ben and Nihil weren't on talking terms right now.
Yeah, I know. That's
they're
what I
not
think,
on
but
talking terms, but Sven still has to take orders or he loses a lot of power. So
But he's already.
no. He's not out of Nihil Circle. He needs to earn his way back in.
So he's already. Then
He's on
out
strike
of
one. He's on strike one. There's 2 more strikes before he's out entirely.
Does Nihil think that Matt's dead?
Yes.
And that's just a strike one.
That's just a strike one, yes.
Okay.
Because you gotta remember, she said, you gotta remember, she did the whole, I'm abandoning my humanity, Jojo.
But that's just a strike one. Something that makes you abandon your humanity.
Yeah, because if she didn't abandon her humanity, she would have killed him.
If you say so.
part of me says, and that's a bad thing. Why?
That's a bad thing, because you got tricked into coming in here by Nihil.
Via Sven.
Via Sven and his wife. And Sven's still here.
And Nihil does not know that Matt's here.
And Nihil is also here. Because there's no way she'd let Sven fuck up again.
Makes sense.
That's why this is bad news. And the other fun fact, the infinite hero points thing.
That we haven't used.
No, you guys have used it plenty already. That sounds like another every hero point you've used has been replaced. That sounds like another int check.
I've used one point, so alright.
I've slowly been using them at the hourly rate that they're acquired.
Yes.
But go on.
Well, regardless, that sounds like another int check. Or you could do a religion check.
Oh, fuck yeah. Give me religion, damn it.
The intelligence check is lower DC, but the religion check is probably easier to make for you, because it's not a DC 4. Yeah, this is Nihil's doing.
Was he also the one that talking in my head?
What do you mean, the one talking in your head?
The one that sent me the, saying, I'm in the great beyond.
Sounds like another religion check.
For you only, because...
actually, occultism would work here, too.
Oh, okay, let me put that instead.
You rolled a 17. What's your modifier for occultism? You can keep that 17.
Oh, wait.
No, he's a bard.
Well, it'd be a
30.
13. It'd be a third call. Because he just rolled a...
So there was supposed to be a different message that was sent to you.
A different one?
Yeah. And Nihil used her power to send you that one.
What was the original one?
Just...
Do I know?
The original one is forever lost to the sands of time. But probably told you to not climb the prison.
Boy, Matt's probably not chummy with me.
No, because the reason he's swearing up top is because he not only did not expect you guys to dive headfirst into hell, he also did not expect you guys to not know, to stay away.
Wait, so could he hear me just talking to a fake Matt?
No.
So he just got static back in response?
He just thought he got nothing back in response, yeah.
Wow. That does sound like a Gavilon thing to do.
Yep, it does sound like the Gavilon thing to do. So, basically, how do I put this? How dead are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how dead do you think you are?
Probably around a 6.
More like a 7 at the moment.
In terms of... What exactly?
Well, you're here because of Nihil. Nihil is giving you infinite hero points. And, you are running into time travelers that shouldn't be here. Everything to get you here has been, illusion after illusion, targeting you all the way into a place where you're doomed.
Yeah, see that right there would be more like a I am not saying that's a 7. I'm saying that's more like a 9 or a 10. We are royally fucked.
Nah. We're fine. I don't know how yet. Give me a moment on that, but we're fine.
Okay, we'll make it out of here, yeah, but we're still fucked.
Well, to put it in the words of one of my favorite GMs I've played with, you're not gonna make it.
Make it.
No, you're not gonna make it.
Make it.
You're not making it out
Make it.
alive.
Da, 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 da.
And sometimes rolling really well would you probably are doing really sometimes rolling really well makes a sense of existential dread if you find out too much of the wrong thing.
Well, I think we've learned pretty well. One, I'm beginning to wonder why we're even in this prison.
Oh,
Simple.
and another
We're
thing.
trying to stop
hey,
Matt from being an idiot.
another thing. I don't
If
think
we
any of.
rebuild it-
Hold on, 1 second. I don't think any of you all might come to think this, but Zeros, can I get a nice little alternate Nihil lore check for you?
Yeah.
Oh boy, does Nihil like impersonating deities. Oh boy, does she like impersonating good deities in particular.
We should probably relay this info to Matt.
Wait, are you saying she's been impersonating Apsu this entire fucking time?
Not all of it.
But most of it.
And since you stepped into the prison, yeah.
Bitch.
And Abshu's done nothing about this?
That is a good question.
Why
isn't Apsu doing anything about this? That sounds also like a future Nihil lore check.
Well, let's see.
She ain't a god yet.
Yeah.
Apsu can't, without a much grander cause, kill a mortal for no reason. This would be one of those.
Well, this ain't about
This
mortal.
that would be the appropriate punishment for a deity. A fight with that
No,
deity would
it's
ensue.
about contacting Shadow. Like, it would cost her nothing to just say, hey, that's not me, that's Nihili.
Yeah. Fun fact, how many of you
That's
have tried getting in contact with the deity since you've been in here?
I haven't.
Not yet. Haven't had a reason to.
Why
Monkey
don't you
King
give me a try of that, because it's not working.
Oh, great Monkey King. Ooh, ooh, ah, ooh.
Here's the fun thing. You can talk to a deity, but they can't talk back at the moment.
So let's see. I pull out my pendant that works as a effective transponder, and
there is a weird
God.
workaround you can do with the multi-sending stone, and that'd just be a crafting check. So you could fix the situation easily for you, Zeros.
yeah, I basically already have a pendant that works similarly to one.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering, like,
the pendant. So the reason why sendings don't work at the moment is because getting a spell outside of this prison is impossible at the moment. Unless you're linked into a different sort of system, like the multi-sending stone is linked directly into the ley lines.
Shadow, your god is probably pissed at you right now.
No, because his god did tell him he'd have to make some very fucking weird choices, and he had his blessing. Just look into the ring. The ring will still glow when you fuck up. Like, if you were to say, oh yeah, let's use the sportal boards, ring would glow. Right?
You think ever since
so I noticed
manipulated, they would all the
my
time.
pendant isn't exactly working, and I noticed the multi-sending stone that I've got, and I'm like, huh. Turn around for a second.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's just the Cal Kestas sat at the workbench going.
Yeah, it's literally a quick fix, because it's literally just like a couple of very quick, oh, I've got this piece of bubblegum and, stick them together type of thing, right? It's not the multi-sending stone is really interesting, but yeah, it's not hard to combine with other objects. Is another fun fact.
Yeah, I go ahead and combine it with my already similarly functioning holy symbol.
Yep. So with that being said, you are able to contact them, and they're able to contact you back now. It wouldn't work going out, but not going in, which means that, well, first of all, two things. The mana control tribe is good. They're not that good. Meaning the anti-magic zone that is currently in effect probably has something to do with the other ritual that's been cast on this place, which sounds like a future Nihil lore check or religion or occultism or nature. Check.
Yeah, let's use my specific lore skill because it's particularly good.
Actually, a
Except
26
for that
with
roll.
that would actually be enough in this instance because it's a very particular lore skill. The ritual's name is called it's literally called Death Game. You kill a floor boss to progress or to escape. You kill all of the required floor bosses as well. If you try and run from the challenge, you die. There's other instant death mechanics. They're not always clear, but they're specific to floors. This particular floor's instant death mechanic would be using a dim door out of a window. Or leaving this floor via a window.
That would be very funny.
The next floor's mechanic doesn't have that anymore because flying is now allowed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next floor's instant death mechanic, do not get to Frighten 4. That's all I have to say.
Cool.
Because it's not really an instant death mechanic, but if you get to Frighten 4, you are not dropping a stack until the next day. And you only drop a stack the next day.
You're screwed.
I.e., you've basically been lured into a literal, well, not a literal deity. You don't know that. You know that now, but you've literally been toyed with into playing into a person who has the ability to give followers powers, but isn't quite a deity, playing with you as pawns on a chessboard.
It's Squid Game.
Oh, no.
Aw, am I at least like a rook?
No, you're a bishop.
No!
Actually, that's a good question because, yeah, fun fact. When I said pawn, I meant there are unique situations. Different floors have different pieces. You're technically a unique. You guys are technically a particular type of piece which has its own advantages. To figure that out, you need one of two things. And oddly, one of them you have, Shadow, or at least you should have, because you've gotten one of these from the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
A replication's bliss. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. You know how that little red herring was made so that you guys wouldn't figure it out really fucking easily?
No, what red herring?
The thing that gave you the tool that you could use to divine what piece you are, which has its benefits.
No, I don't know.
Shadow has that, actually. That's what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
Yeah. Great.
Sounds like you guys should divine what your piece are, what you are on this board of outsiders.
I'm definitely a checker.
Yeah, you're just a plain ass checker piece. It's like, why is a checker piece on a chessboard? is the most unique piece of all. The
n-
checker piece.
what I'm saying is, pass the card around. Let's see what people are.
I'll take it.
So
Hang
when
on.
you pull it out, Carl, you get Rook.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that makes sense. I'm Paladin.
Yes. If you were to hand it to Gurkfall, he would get Bishop.
Oh.
I take the deck of cards and using sleight of hand, go for the one that's clearly marked.
Oh, no, it's just a single card, my man. It changes shape. Yeah. Technically, it's a replicating card. It's fun.
What's mine? What's mine?
So, Zeros is a knight. Hate to say this, Gavilan, but you're a king.
Well, shit. That's not good.
That is horrible for you.
They only move like one space. That sucks.
Well,
be the
actually, it's horrible for you because that means you can't be left unsupervised.
Well, I already know I'm gonna die at some point. It's not that big of a deal.
Problem is, if you die, everyone else does.
Well,
Every other
it's
marked player will die if the king dies.
I hate
Huh.
Dragon Chess.
Because
Yeah,
that's
I'm
a
more-
checkmate, Keat.
I'm more of a duck, duck, go man myself.
Someone accidentally left their cat out, apparently, or we have a cat. No, great.
There's also other things. Law New is another bishop. Freitas and Cade are not your particular group, by the way. Because they've been in the prison since this started. Which means currently you have both bishops accounted for. You have a knight accounted for, a rook accounted for, a king accounted for.
So, what we need is a knight, a rook, and a queen. Correct?
Yes.
And a lot of pawns.
If the actual pawns are supposed to be.
There's actual pawns here too. There are other outsiders. There are other people who just entered the prison today.
Okay.
I don't think we're playing with a full deck of chess pieces.
No,
Jenga.
you are. Well, I mean, not anymore, because technically one of them was hanged outside. Yeah, that was a pawn.
Not a very good one.
Right.
Yeah, they're pawns.
That's not true. A pawn can become a queen.
That is
I forget how, but a
true. Getting to the other side of the chessboard.
Oh, we're not doing that. I hate chess.
Also,
Well, in this
if you
case, it
become
would be
any
getting to
piece-
floor 5. There's also another downside to all of this I would like to point out.
Well, if you count the Sportal Wars, we have hundreds upon thousands of pawns.
No, those are technically floor. All of the Sportal Wars are 1 floor 4 pawn.
I could put some in my pocket.
What I'm trying to say here is Shadow, you should probably stay around. You should probably stay around Gavilan because you can castle, which means that
I was about to say, are you doing a castle?
if you are within 15 feet, you can take a fatal blow for Gavilan. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll be fatal for you, but
if it be
if he
fatal
takes
for
the
him,
fatal blow, everyone drops.
Oh God, we're all soul chained. Damn it.
Yup.
Well, specifically, I'm not chained to you. You're just soul chained to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
everybody's
all
soul
soul
chained.
chain. By the way, fun fact: the pieces are chosen
I'm not locked
by the
in
person
here
who
with
cast
you.
the ritual.
I'm not locked in here
God.
with you.
There
You're
are
quite literally
requirements
locked
for
with me.
that to be the case, and unfortunately, Gavilan was the only person who fit the requirements for being the king piece.
Which
As
would
far-
be
being in charge of a group of prisoners.
Laugh at my funny joke. Laugh at it.
There,
Another
no.
very important question, though, is Elder Mondia the king piece of this floor? Because
Well,
because if he is, that means everyone on this floor will die if he dies.
huh.
Which might be something good to let him know.
No. If he were to find that out, he would go complete opposite of what he was doing, because that means all the people he wants to keep safe would die if he died.
On the other hand, that means I'm out of my deal. That's pretty good.
What do you mean you're
No,
out of your deal?
I don't know. I think
No. His network would be separate from ours.
Yes.
Okay.
His network would be separate from yours.
Think of it
Oh,
as
no,
two idea graphs completely separate from each other, and yet on the same page.
Wait, didn't I agree to take care of his people if he went away?
No. Actually, there are two people from floor 1 that do have the potential to be pieces here too. Because Frida's Cade, both of them could be a king piece too.
Look.
Would you like to ask them to define themselves?
I actually would. Sure, why not?
Frida's is a rook. Cade is a king.
Okay.
Kill Cade! Kill Cade!
No, don't pass.
Yeah, you would drop straight into evil if you were to, like, even if you started off at good, killing an entire floor worth of people is that's a lot of strikes.
evil.
Yeah.
Well, I don't wanna, but we gotta get through the floor, and I don't know any other solution.
Yeah, you do, because
Simple, you
Elder
don't
Mondia
fucking
is the
kill.
floor boss.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that's an
you
interesting thing. The
you
floor
said if he
boss.
dies,
if he-
everyone on the floor dies,
Yes.
and he needs to die for us to advance to the second
No.
floor.
I said if Elder Mondia was the king. Cade is the king piece for the first floor. Your
Oh, I thought you
ally,
said
Cade,
was
is the king piece for the first floor.
I thought you said he was the king.
No, Elder, you're in the one room at the moment. So Cade Varys, the gambling cartomancer, is the king piece.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
You
'Cause he's a
might
king
not have
king,
noticed.
technically.
You may not have noticed his pepper box is named King of Hearts. You also haven't noticed that you know how I said, oh, hey, if anyone figures out what Frida's name is, I will give you 2 additional hero points. As well as if you find out what their name could also mean if a few letters were not there. You haven't looked at the notes today, because I wrote that in the notes to see if you guys would pay attention to those, by the way.
Cade? The only thing I can think of, just thinking off of it, is free card or something of that nature.
What do you mean, free
But-
card? Frida's Salvito means cold hello, which is funny because she's the first person outside of Law New you interact with in the prison. She's your cold open to being in the prison.
Wow.
It also means if you remove a R and a I think it's T, then it means faith saves. Which the reason she was able to remain sane for all of that bullshit for like the past 3 years was because she had faith that it would not last for the rest of her life. And that she would be free and reunited with the people she cared about. And that faith kept her from going mad. So, how are we doing with all these revelations?
For those of you who know the reference, I'm having the shifty eyes from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I am unaffected.
I'm having a little bit of a brain overload.
You mean the fact that if you die, then everyone else dies doesn't mean anything?
Well, that's always been true.
No, I'm a healer too. So is Gurkfall.
Well,
The only thing that you do is
Uh,
help with buffs, which are
yeah, by the way,
dramatically helpful.
Yeah, they are dramatically helpful. Also, if he gets the buffs up, then gets down, the buffs go away.
Yeah, yeah.
So just to clarify, this isn't down. This is dead specifically.
This is dead. Yeah, this is like, if you get scared to death, everyone else dies.
Which people have tried to do on me. So
Which, you guys discovered this whole aspect of everything. But there's also another thing. Elder Mondia is the floor boss. Cade is the king. Does that seem odd?
Well, I did ask about that like a short time ago.
Oh, sorry, I did not hear you. Yeah, no, that is purposeful. The floor boss will never be the king piece for a floor.
Because I was thinking, like, this was back when I thought they were both kings. I was like, well, if we kill him, it'll kill everyone, so we need to kill this guy instead.
Well, yeah, no, there's one king piece and one floor boss. They're never the same thing. However, a knight, a rook, a bishop, and a queen can all be a floor boss. Rooks are able to shield other people from a fatal blow, or anything fatal that would go to them. Knights have unique bonuses when using double fortune hero points when it comes to offensive strikes or saving throws. And bishops changes by the day.
So Gurkfall is the true wild card now.
Gurkfall is the wild card now, yes.
He could be king tomorrow.
If that were a thing, that'd be funny.
So another thing about bishops is they could both be good or bad side effects. But all bishops share the same side effect each day. And the person who controls the bishop's side effect is the person who cast the ritual.
Great. So we have the Agent of Chaos controlling the wild card.
Yeah, also, Cade is a leader of a group of criminals, went over your head too. Or not criminals, group of prisoners.
I didn't really.
Well,
I
like,
sort of
that's a
figured
given, and it's just like...
Is it a given? As far as you've been aware this whole time, he's been a member of the Church of Miliani in this prison.
I mean, he's had incredible influence and power. I just assumed he was kind of in charge. Also, he's charismatic.
He is charismatic, yeah, that's why he has the influence and power. That would be the obvious assumption. But no, he's the leader of the Church of Miliani in this prison.
Oh, he's Miliani?
No. He's like the head priest of the Miliani worshippers.
Whoa.
Which is a big deal as well, because that means he knows what's going on the floors just as well as the person who cast the ritual. He doesn't really know who's who outside of the kings on each floor.
Okay.
I will also
That might
make
be good to
another
know.
very important piece of information, and Cade would tell you this. He'd say, another thing I should tell you, killing me won't kill the floor boss. Killing the king on the next floor won't kill the floor boss. They can be pieces on the board, but they cannot be killed by killing the king.
Um, I will I will go ahead and ask more information about how the kingship works. Like, is it limited to a specific group of people, or is it more the entire floor?
It's the entire floor that you start out on.
Okay.
So, for instance, your friend Gavilan, if he dies, then all the people who came into the prison today would die, which would also include your friend.
Matt,
Has been marked as an. I think he's a. It's a knight or a queen.
Okay, I could see him being the queen.
well, I
For
mean,
sure.
like, he came into the prison at the same time as us, so if I died, would he also go kaput?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
On top of that, you a king has to be a leader of a group of prisoners at the time of entry. So your friend Matt might be your leader, but at the time of entry, he was not in charge of the operation. Your friend
Yeah.
Gavilan was. So instead of having what appears to be a manifestation of absolute whatever that is, that you can still hear the screaming and profanities from the next floor of, instead of that being the king piece here, it's a more squishy, more frail bird who seems
I
to not
cannot
be
disagree with
wise or intelligent in the least.
I'm not that squishy.
I'm pretty sure if I shot you, you'd be dead.
That's most things.
Also, this he literally holds up an ace card and he's like, "Yeah, this one thing," and puts it back and he shuffles his deck. He's like, "I don't want to see that again while I'm in your presence." But yeah, that ace, that that was in a rank. And he just like sort of rolls his eyes like, "Look, we're gonna ignore what I just drew." But long story short, this is a very complicated mess, which, to be fair, I only figured out about when I went to sleep last night, so I really couldn't have told you about it till today.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, yeah, because at the same time, it would be convenient if I bid it, too, in that day one. Or any floor boss, or any king bid it in day one. However, the floor bosses also have a king piece. They are both in the deck of chess pieces of their floor and of the master of the game. Or to put it more bluntly, the person who casts the ritual.
Hmm.
However, the person who casts the ritual is not the king piece.
So there's technically two kings per floor.
No, there. Well, I guess a good way of putting this is floor bosses associated to the person who casts the ritual and not associated are different categories of deck for pieces, right? So
Hmm.
your floor boss dedicated to the worship of Nihil, the person who casts this ritual, would be a floor boss with a piece dedicated to the floor and to Nihil's faction themselves.
Okay. So they're a two in one piece rather
Yes.
than just being a single piece. Okay.
However, if they are the king piece for their faction, then they can't be the king piece for the floor.
Okay.
Which means that the king piece of Nihil's faction also has additional abilities. Which is why it's bad that the king piece also has the queen piece.
Oh boy.
And it's even worse. That's our next stop.
All right. Seems simple enough. We kill him.
The floor boss on the next floor is the incarnate of fear.
Yeah, we're familiar.
Seems simple enough. We kill him.
Do you remember what happened last time we faced him, Gavilan?
Someone who wasn't me got shot. And then someone who wasn't me got cut in half.
And he yeeted me through an extra dimensional plane to end up in the
Uh,
room outside the room we were in.
Yeah. Also, I would like to point out that freaking Gavilan just made the "he's half the man he used to be" joke. Yes, on Matt's fake tombstone, it reads, "He's half the man he used to be."
So the Empress doesn't know Matt's alive?
Oh no, she knows. Because, you know
Yeah.
how easily Glinda broke to you?
Not really. I wasn't there for that part.
It was pretty.
All
it's
I
like
did-
Alvera
all I
was.
did
So
was-
listen to me. Alvera, upon hearing you were going to be a father, was looking for a cliff.
No joke. And then she said, well, there's no cliffs. I'm looking for booze.
Yep.
And now there's no booze.
Yep. There's no booze. So Glinda, wanting to boost morale, told y'all Matt was alive. Okay.
Oh.
Now imagine for a
Before.
second.
Couldn't have told us that before we got dragged here.
To be fair, the day you got dragged here and the day they caught the assassin were the exact same day. And the sending would have been blocked. In fact,
And
the
we don't check
sending
the party bank
was
enough.
blocked. And they only put the sending stones in today.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, and we wouldn't have even checked the party bank until it was too late anyways, because we barely used the damn thing.
Oh,
So,
another
all
fun
those-
fact.
all
Hey,
those healing
hey,
potions are
Shadow,
going in.
you didn't see this in your dream, but you would have been told about what people dreamed about, and you were there last session. I want a raw in check out of you.
Oh boy. Not good.
That'll be enough. Hey, you remember you remember the whole reasoning boost bullshit?
Yeah, where Matt was basically giving him the middle finger by the end of it.
Yeah. So, fun fact, that's a paracausal ability.
That makes
Paracausal
sense.
abilities are sort of a next step from a hero point. And when you guys get to Master of Both, you will start unlocking these sorts of abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to point out a very important thing about these abilities. These abilities are the pinnacle of your hero points, right? These are the ultimate goal of someone who's able to shape and mold fate.
Mm-hmm.
With a religion check or a future nihil, or you can figure out what some of the paracausal abilities you'll face in this place are. Oh, by the way, you know how I said there are bosses with paracausal abilities?
Yes.
Think about that for a second, too.
What's that mean?
Basically, the busted ass shit that frickin' Matt used to be on par with
It
Sven.
means that while some
It's
bosses
getting more
have paracausal abilities, all bosses in this bullshit hellscape have 3 hero points.
Oh, that's fun. That's cool.
Yeah.
They're called villain points, though.
Nope.
Glad
Well,
Blade.
no, they're not. They're hero points. I could make them villain points if you want to be forced to re-roll your own checks.
No, it's more the fact the the quote unquote heroes have the hero points and the quote unquote villains have villain points, but they're the exact same damn thing.
No, they're not.
They aren't? Okay.
A villain
well-
point forces someone else to reroll a check.
I see. So all the
Some cards
good
in your
would
deck are
actually
both a
be
hero
bad.
point and a villain point.
Yeah, like that huge ass axe dude that I have in my inventory.
So there is other pieces of information that I just here. But the big piece of information about paracausal abilities is, fun fact, Sven doesn't have any of those. The only person here who has any of those is Nihil. And one of those things is an ability called Puppeteer.
Yay.
So the reason why your sendings weren't going out is because of the ability Puppeteer. Because the sendings that go in and out of this place outside of those sending stones are either going to be blocked or changed.
Neat.
It's also what she did to you, Gavilan.
Did what? Oh,
Puppeteer, yeah. Which, to give you an idea of... that's one of the effects of that ability. Another one of the effects of the ability Puppeteer is the titular Nihil's Razor. And finally, we have Final Destination. The third ability of Puppeteer. Don't trigger that.
All I hear is the multiple splats of how people died in the Final Destination series.
It's not an instant death thing. It's worse. Far worse.
I mean, when you're fucking impaled on a spike and slowly die from
Yeah,
that,
there's worse things in life than death, Shadow.
oh boy, being
Double
trapped in an
death.
endless void.
Final Destination. I wonder what the trigger of Final Destination is, actually. That's a good question.
Nobody asked.
You've all triggered it already, actually.
No, we've all escaped death?
No. Final Destination
Oh fuck!
is
It's
you
like Final
entering...
Countdown.
Not quite, but sort of. You've entered one of her reset planes. Meaning, if you were to kill Nihil in this place, she'd be dead. But also means that she has a game that you have to play in order to do
no,
so.
it's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do.
No. Sorry, I'm not saying that Final Countdown. I'm talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, I know the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Final Countdown. That is actually part of the game you're playing. You have time limits, right?
Yes. Exactly why I'm like, God damn it, instead of 20, it's 30.
Well, for now.
Yeah, for now. I mean, don't keep fucking up and having.
But I would like to point out that triggering Final Destination, do you guys have any paracausal abilities at the moment?
I'm gonna
Beyond
say
hero points, no.
Yeah, yep. You need to, you can't leave. You have to get to the tower, play the game, play it right, or someone else needs a paracausal ability in your group in order to avoid this whole thing happening.
we got a time traveler.
What
Will that
was the
work?
other thing that you could do to avoid the timer?
Find all the members of Passion and make them happy.
Find all the members of Passion, make them happy, and find Cade and one other person. One of them will have the thing you need, but Apsu would have told you which one it was. Nihil wouldn't.
Yeah. I think it was the one on floor 5 because it would make sense, like in my head here, me thinking out loud. It makes sense
Oh,
that it was the
yeah.
person on floor 5 because otherwise the countdown doesn't stop. So it would have to be the person on floor 5, which I believe is the other of the Salvito sisters, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that would be Livia Salvito.
Yeah.
Not certain that I can tell you the answer to that question, but I'm also not certain that you want to make an assumption like that either.
Yeah, it's like I would make that assumption, but at the same time, it's like that could be completely wrong though. So I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I don't, because yes, you told me at the same time. I just remember like it was the members of Passion that stopped the countdown clock.
Yep. And if this thing couldn't get complicated enough, another religion or a future Nihil or check.
Oh boy. I need my thing here. For crying out loud. I'm trying to reopen the thing.
Well, I have good news and bad news.
Oh boy.
There is very good news about the other paracausal ability users in this place. With Zeros and Shadow's roles combined, both of these are important. You need 2 successes, but you're able to figure out that it's Cade's friend on the 2nd floor that can get rid of the markings that the guards can track you with. That is the key piece here.
Awesome.
And it's not a matter of helping them unlock the ability like the others. They have it. The problem is they don't necessarily like you. So you need to get on their good side in that case. Other of ability users include Elder Mondia. Elder Mondia has an ability which is in direct contrast to the Final Destination ability.
Okay.
However, it comes with another downside that might sound familiar to you. He is aware he has been playing a game for all the time he's been here. But he can only manipulate the game if he isn't aware of the fact that he's doing so. Ignoring the reality of his consequences gives him the power to do a lot of things. Does that sound familiar to you, Shadow?
That's me.
That is very Gavilon-ish, but no. It does sound familiar. I'm trying to think where.
It starts with an A.
Avalon.
No.
And it's the person I named after the only Greek mythological hero that did not get shit on.
The woman.
Athena.
Whoa, no.
Or no. Was that
that's
the right one?
Deity.
No.
I said mortal
that's
hero.
Oh, mortal hero. Achilles.
What?
Achilles goes pretty much.
What? No,
Is it
I
woman?
said the. I said
He
the
was
only.
mortal. He died.
I said the only
Oh, God
hero that did not get shit on because of them being a hero of a mythological story in Greece.
Fuck.
They are
I'll
also
take
a-
Agamemnon for the entire pot.
I don't.
I'm sorry. I'm still tired.
I can't remember. It's sorry. The original way I said this was the only female hero that was a hero and a woman that also kicked butt, but also didn't
Is
fucking
it
die horribly.
Agrippina? That's just a name I made up. Female
Yeah.
person.
Their last name is a term for a do-over.
Redo.
Avalanche ball again.
Yep, there we go. Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
one of those abilities where, like, ignoring the reality of the situation gives you a bit of ability to shape the reality of your situation.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. Other abilities include, there are several people who can use that world breaker thing you discovered today. Can't give you names.
Yay.
There is also the, reasoning boost. Spontaneous chalkboard is also one of these things.
Yes.
There's also 2 other ability users, and neither of them are identified as friend or foe, and you have not seen or heard of these abilities yet.
Okay. So we have apparently the bloodline thing of the chalkboard. So I'm going to assume Matt and Lapis are the ones that can use that.
Yep.
Because Lapis said this bloodline.
Also, Nihil has used it, so yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Because that's a thing.
You know who reasoning boost belongs to. You know about Elder Mondia.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can determine at the moment.
Well, and then World Breaker, the only one that we know of, at least within the party, for those who actually
Have
participated
experienced
in it,
yeah.
is Alex Straza.
Yep. Well, Alex Straza was one. World Breaker is a very common paracausal ability. I would like to point out.
Yeah, but that's the only one we know can use it.
Well,
because no one else is using it, I believe.
Well, I would like to point out that another person you would know would use it, but didn't quite announce they had used it. What Nihil, when she was talking to you, that was a world breaker moment.
Oh, when she was saying, "I'm going to turn to the dark side now."
When she was saying, "Yeah, kid gloves are off." That. 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 Yep. That was a world breaker moment. Yep. Okay, because you know, World Breaker also pauses the person who's speaking time. I.e., they were able to leave that situation without murdering all of you.
Boo.
What, you wanted to die?
Oh man,
because I can arrange this, Mr. Bond.
No, you can't, because then you'd die.
God damn
a price he's willing to pay 10 times over.
And on top of everything, as if this day couldn't get bad enough, I need one final set of checks. Choose a knowledge skill of your choice.
Where are my 21s?
That is not a knowledge skill.
Diplomacy?
A knowledge skill, an int or wisdom based skill.
Wisdom. I'm just trying to say. Because that's charisma, That's Dex. The highest one that I got is a 17. So, yeah, gonna have to go with religion again. Yeah.
Wait, a knowledge skill, not a lore skill?
No, lore skill counts.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'll take this one because it's been a while since I've had a chance to roll it.
So, there is one final piece of bad news before we end things off here today.
Oh boy.
yes, you have a better idea of what is going on. But there is one final ability you should know about. This is not a member of any particular chessboard, but the warden has a paracausal ability themselves, which means that you should never confront them.
Then why are we here at all?
Well,
Because you couldn't
unfortunately,
follow simple directions.
I'm aware we're. Excuse me.
well,
Excuse me.
here's basically, the thing is, Gavilan, the game has been rigged from the start.
I'm aware we are trapped here.
Yeah,
But,
but in order to actually get out of here, you have to play this game to completion, which means you have to fight the warden, which you should not do.
So why even continue? I just sit here.
Because either way you die, but you have a chance of avoiding the warden's ability with another person's ability. In other words, fun fact, these various people you don't want to get to know because you're just focused on saving Matt and getting out of here.
Uh-huh.
These affinity missions aren't optional. They're mandatory.
I'm recruiting everyone who is not aggressive that speaks, basically.
You're worse than Nihil.
Possibly.
Possible.
Not you.
Also, mandatory affinity missions. This is a suicide mission. Welcome to the first official campaign suicide mission.
But I don't want to save the council.
Essentially, so to give you an idea of the non-existent audience, the idea of what these suicide missions entail, basically, you are entering into a mission where you either win, which is not likely in the slightest, or you all die. And typically, in order to not all die, you need to do the affinity missions of people involved in the arc.
Fine, I'll do the affinity mission, but I'm skipping through all the dialogue.
Don't worry, I'll handle the dialogue. Just follow along and act like you're in charge, and I'll handle the rest.
I would also like to point out the heart-to-hearts are necessary as well.
No!
Congratulations, though. Because of this, you managed to get Cade's first heart-to-heart completed.
Yeah.
I'm Polero. This is my favorite shop in the prison.
It's funny you mentioned that, because next week there will be shopkeepers, including a special weapon you can only get in this prison, called a shiv.
What?
I am excited for that thing. It's going to be so fun to reveal.
Dagger that is it's a simple weapon that's like a dagger, except it doesn't do slashing, and the versatile slashing trait is replaced with deadly and fatal D8.
I'm gonna sieve the ward. I'm gonna save all my sieves to sieve the warden to death.
Oh, it also has backstabber. I should have mentioned that too.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
Well,
if it didn't have backstabber, I would actually.
Before we leave off for the weekend, I'm gonna ask you guys what you think will happen next week.
I think I'm not gonna know what's going on. Oh, hey, look, I won!
I think that you're not gonna make it. No, you're not gonna make it. You're not making it out alive. What about you?
Look, my prediction is I'm not going to be here on Saturday, but I will be here on Sunday, so hopefully I can get one.
And Zeros, how are you feeling about this group of allies you've gotten yourself roped up with?
I'm glad I decided to go it. Because somebody had to.
Oh, well, all these things and more next time, next week on Path to Create Nihil.